Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Force Biomedical webinar series 2 for soft skill training. Um, let's start the session. To introduce myself, I'm Sukita, working as a volunteer in Force Biomedical by profession. I'm a supply chain associate and VWR part of Aventura. Once again, I welcome you all for the series 2 webinar on soft skill training. In this series too, we are going to learn on business communication and creating resume. To vivid, speaker will take us through what is difference between business communication and colloquial communication, and they'll give some tips to increase our business communication, and they'll also take us through how to create a unique resume. To introduce our first speaker of the day, we have Ms. Achna Ilango. She is an MBA graduate with a dual specialization in marketing and human resource. She is a public speaker with good presentation skills, creative and passionate in what she does. She has been a project lead and have acted as an elected student secretary, been a part of various organizing committees of symposium and international conference. She also writes poems and articles. She teams up with her fellow mates in conducting soft skill training for juniors, both in undergraduation and post graduation. She also likes to cook, read, travel, and dance. She also voices her opinion for women empowerment and the environment. Before giving over to Achna, I request all the participants to post their questions in question and answer tab or in the chat if you have any. Please stay connected. Thank you. Achna, this session is yours. You can start. A hearty welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Sugi. Can you hear me actually? I just wanted to check.
Yes, your video is good and you're
My
audible.
audio. How's my audio? Is it clear?
Yes, it's good. It's clear. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody. Very good afternoon, and I hope you guys are doing good. Stay safe, and just follow your guidelines. And so I guess we'll jump onto the session. My session is about resume. I'll be talking about how on creating resume and how you can resumes are basically entry tickets to your interviews. So that is how I see resumes, and that is how even my trainers have told me. So I will directly, I guess we'll just jump onto the topic, and after that we'll continue with the question and answer session. Okay. So now let's start with the resume. So, what is resume according to you guys? And I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the chat, but anyway, I'll continue. So, resumes are basically it is a document, or it can be of any form, and it can be visual also. So, it can be of any form. It is something which tells your summary related to your academic and professional history. Okay. So what is a resume? As I said, it is a document which shows who are you as a person, and what are your academic and professional skills basically. So what is your history basically? Before that, before getting into resume, there is actually something called as CV. There is something called as biography. There is something called as personal profile. So all four of them are different. Resume is different from CV. CV is nothing but curriculum vitae, and so curriculum vitae is different from biography and personal profile and personal statement. So we'll get deeper into that. So resume, as I said, before telling you about resume, I'll tell you about curriculum vitae. So curriculum vitae is nothing but it is a history of whatever you have achieved. It is a history of whatever you have done academically as well as professionally, and it could also include a few of your extracurricular talents. So a CV is basically a complete history. The length depends on, the person itself. Like it can be of 2 pages, it can be of 4 pages, and it can be, many many pages according to, whatever talents or whatever accomplishments you have in your life. So that is totally different. And resume, you can actually say that a resume is actually a summary of your CV. That is not too elaborate but very short and concise. So it is very important to first understand the difference between the resume, CV, and biography. Somebody raised the hand. Is there any doubt?
I hope I'll ask them to post in the chat. I request all the
Yeah.
participants to post their questions in the chat or a question answer tab. At the end of the session, we'll collectively go to the speaker to clarify that. Thank you.
Some, yeah, people are raising the hand. I'm
Yes.
not into.
Okay, I'll post in the
Got
chat.
it.
No issues.
Yeah,
You please
sure.
proceed. Yeah, thank you.
If you want me to clarify now also, I can. If they are posting in the chat, it is fine by me, because that is a very short topic, so we have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
time in our hands.
Okay, no
It is
issues.
fine.
Okay, I'll let you know
Or
when
okay,
it is
done.
okay.
If there is
Mhm.
any question, you can tell me.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Somebody else also raised the hand
Yes, but I
again.
don't see anything in chat. I'll
Okay.
let you know. No
Okay.
issues.
Okay. No problem. So, guys, if you have any question, we'll get back to it. Okay. And after that, getting back into the topic. So, a resume, as I said, it should contain your background, your academic background. That is what you have studied. How much you have scored or what department you were in, and your skills and accomplishments. That is, it can be your, technical skills, it can be your personal skills, it can be qualities, and it can be accomplishments also. As I said, CV is a complete course of your life. It can, include even achievements from your school, colleges, your professional life, and so on. So the CV's length is, it varies from person to person. Okay, so now let's get into how to prepare your unique resume. I'll actually show. I wasn't actually planning to show, resumes, because I feel that it is very influential, and it is better to sit and create your own unique resume, because that is how you stand out for a particular job role. No matter what the job is, there'll be a lot of people who are applicants, right? We can say, even if you go to LinkedIn and if you search a job, there will be a tab which shows, how many people have actually applied for that. It could be 30, 40, tens and thousands are applying for the same kind of job. Okay. uh, Guys, you're raising hands. Probably at the end I'll address whatever you want to ask, and before that I'll complete this. And so why was I? Yeah, resumes, right? uh, so resumes are, it is better to sit and create your own unique resumes. And you know there are many applicants for a certain job, right? There'll be, even I recently saw a job poster which actually had, tens and thousands of applicants for only one single vacancy, right? So the competition is huge, and the people won't, be able to, they'll not sit and read each and every one of the resumes. They have a certain softwares and all now, highlighting keywords and, strengths and all. And after that, there are certain resumes which are collectively selected and sent out, in a very huge company. And from those, then only the HR sees the resume, in hand, and after that he or she selects that particular candidate for the interview. So this is how it works. It has become all digitalized now. So I suggest that if you're applying for a job, there'll be keywords, right? There'll be roles and responsibilities, or skills required. If you have that particular skill, it is very important that you mention that particular skill in your resume. So let's move on to writing. Before, how do you create your resume? Everybody, I don't know, we have been given a particular, framework or something like that to write our own resumes, right? But a resume can be anything. A resume can be a single line, a resume can be a document, a resume can be a video, a resume can be a series of documents, and I'll show you a few examples. But I truly suggest you to sit and create your own resume. That is how you will stand out. So how to create a resume? Before going to create resume, it is very important that you know yourself, what your strengths are, and what you have achieved, right? So don't directly go and prepare a resume. It is better to sit and write your personal profile first. So what do I mean by personal profile is that, uh, in a personal profile, it is something which whatever you have done so far, your strengths. For example, you might have personal leadership qualities, and you might have shown so many other skills. You are a certain kind of a person in your family, in your with among your friends. They might actually, if you don't know your strengths, ask the people who are really close to you. They'll definitely tell you what your strengths are. And after that, writing your personal profile, come back to your academics. In your academics, what you have achieved, in your extracurriculars, what you have achieved. It is actually important to also mention your extracurricular activities. Don't just focus on your curricular activities. That is, you have presented a project only. Not only that is important, if you have won something in your sports or debate or anything, that is also very important to mention. Hi guys, I see many people raising their hands, and I'll get back to you all at the end. Okay. So curricular and extracurricular achievements are also very important, which should be added in the. Hello, Sugi, can you see if there is any concern with people? Many people are actually raising hands. If it is a question, I'll address later, but if it is not, I guess I'll continue. If is Are there any particular concerns? Am I audible or some? Is my audio clear?
Um, yes, Archana, your audio is clear, but people are
Yes, I
asking
think so.
that.
Archana,
Uh,
one or two, I think so, delegates have some issue in their laptop or something. So I think so you can
yes,
proceed. No problem.
yes, exactly.
Okay, done. Thank you. Okay, so it is very important to mention your curricular and extracurricular achievements also. It actually shows your skill. For example, if you were a part of organizing committee, for example, then it shows your leadership skill. It shows that you're a go getter. It shows that you have done so many things in your academic period, or in your professional career. And after that, as I said, it resume could be a soft copy, hard copy, a video, a magazine. You can be as creative as you want, or you can be as professional as you want. It all depends on what kind of a job you're applying for. Don't keep a standard resume for every job. And every job requires a different it requires different skill sets, and they might concentrate on a few other skills of yours. Highlight those skills which you have, and prepare a different resume for a different job. Don't keep a standard resume. And after that, this is a very important point. I think this could be this is very important, because this gives a lot of weightage to your resume. So people actually, usually we put a lot of things like, I have participated in this, or I have organized this particular conference, or I have won I have won a coco game or a basketball game, or some things like that. It is important that you highlight the outcome of whatever you have done. For example, if you were a part of organizing committee, right? It is important that you mention how many students or how many participants have attended that particular conference or anything. For example, if in that conference, if 2000 people have attended, and if you were in the organizing committee, it shows that you can drive so many people towards your conference. Even for our own session, many of you all might have come across, many of you all might have heard about this through social media, right? So it is important that it is our gain, that okay, so through social media we have acquired so many participants, and so many people are coming and attending. It actually shows your strength to promote things. So it is very important that you mention the outcome, like how many people participated, or if you were if you have won a basketball game, tell in that you can actually tell something about your leadership or your team, or if you were a team player, how you manage the team and all. Okay, that is very important. This is the most important point, I think, which we all carelessly leave out. But I think it is very important to create an outcome based point in the resume. And the order which is followed most commonly is to mention your academics and your professional career with the most recent to past experiences. That is, you can mention, for example, if you have completed MBA now. For example, if I have completed MBA right now, so I'll first mention MBA. Before that, I did my BME, that is biomedical engineering. So after that, I'll write biomedical engineering, from the mentioning the year and how much I have scored, and what was so special about that. And I'll give a in that order, in that particular order, I'll create my resume. So sometimes resume is not only your entry ticket. Sometimes interviewer or the HR, they tend to ask questions about you based on your resume. So it is very important that you are completely honest and genuine in your resume. Don't simply put just because the job requires a certain skill and you don't know that skill, don't mention that you know that skill. Okay, be very honest and be very genuine in your resume. Don't copy your resume from your friend. And there have been a lot of instances, even in our mock interviews we have seen, there have been a lot of instances where we tend to copy our friend's resume. And if there even sometimes the name and the personal statement, or which we say, which we call as career objective, even that is the same. So coming to personal statement or career objective, it is a set of, it is a it is actually a small paragraph or a few lines about how you want your career to be. That also, there is a very common people find it in the net, and they put, you can actually use it for examples. But as I said, when you sit and write your personal profile from that, and how your career how you want your career to be, you can actually sit and write your own career objective too. That is very advisable. And so after that, there are actually a lot of sites through which you can use your templates. You can either use a template which is already there, or you can use a template which is or you can create your own templates. So I'll just show you a few examples right now. Yeah. So this was this is actually an article about a person whose name is Sumuk Mehta from Bangalore, and he wanted to work for a company called as GQ, which is a magazine. Okay, which is a magazine which is actually in UK. So this is how he actually got that interview. So this is GQ. It is actually the Gentleman's Quarterly. Can you see the screen? I guess you guys can
Yes,
see the screen.
Archana. Yes,
Yeah.
we
So,
can.
see, he created his own magazine stating all of his, because this is a creative job, he has done it like this. Okay, see how he has created his resume. This is him, and this is this GQ and all, everything. It is that magazine. Okay, so like that he has created his he has see, he has mentioned his Instagram, and the experiences and all, just like a magazine he has created. But inside each and everything, it shows that his strengths, his unique strengths, right? See, yes, he even told hire me. Okay, so this is one of the very good examples. And after that, this one. This is actually a common professional, an example of a resume. Freshers usually, actually, people don't recommend, a single page resume, but it is okay. For freshers, people usually, if you don't have any professional experience, they would want you to be a little bit more elaborate about your strengths. But if you have professional experience, then I think you can use a template like this, or you can also create your own this thing. Yeah. Okay, so that was with the examples, and this is a very short one. I advise at the end, what I want to advise is, don't simply get your resume from the net or anything. Create your own resume, be honest about it, and it is very important that it is from the most recent to the past experiences, and it is important to write your curricular and extracurricular achievements, and please give very legit content in your resume. For example, if you have if you want to put references or not, it completely depends on you. But let it be legit. It should not be something which you don't have, or a skill which you don't possess. So it is very important to be honest. And I think, and actually there are actually a few sites also. So there is a site called as Canva. As you can see, this is that, I guess. There is a site called as Canva, which you can use it for many things. You can use it for your resume templates. You can get ideas and create your own. Don't copy from this. Please do create your own. This is one, and this is the magazine. So I guess that is it for now. And the other topics we'll see in the upcoming sessions. For now, I'll take questions. After that, we'll move to business communications by the other speaker will be coming by then. Before that, I'll take up any questions which are there, and let's move to the question and answer session now. If you
If anybody
guys have
wants to
any
speak,
doubt.
Archana, we can allow them to speak. If anybody
Yeah,
wants,
yeah, sure. It is,
they
it
can
is
raise
fine.
their
It
hand.
is fine by me.
Oh, thank you, Archana. We have question from Nelson. Can we include details of online certification such as from Coursera, Future Learn in resume, kinda?
Yes, of course you can. As I said, I was not elaborate about it because I think the achievements, or it shows your skill. If you have done a particular certification course, which enhances your skill, please do add it. No matter if that particular job requires it, you can definitely add it.
Okay,
You guys
thank
can
you.
talk to me also. I like
Nelson,
to
if you
talk.
want, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Yeah. You can unmute, you can unmute your video also. I'll be happy to talk like that. This was a very short topic. If you guys have
Hello.
any doubt. Yeah, hi.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi Nelson.
Yeah. So I just had a doubt. So thanks for clearing.
No problem. It is
Yeah.
actually very important that we add whatever the courses which we have studied. It shows that you are teachable. It shows that you are open to learn, and it shows that you are working on your skill, and you are growing from that. So it is important that you add your whatever you have learned.
Thank you. I would also just add, you also know you'll do some certifications from NPTEL kinda. So it there is a credit to the course. So
Mm-hmm.
if we have a credit, yes, it's always good to add, as Archana said.
Mm-hmm. Yes, true, Sugita. She's
Yeah,
a
thank
scholar,
you.
by the way.
Okay, we have
Anyway,
question
yeah,
from.
you can ask anything else also. No problem.
Okay. Okay, if somebody is ready to speak, okay, we have questions in
Okay,
coming.
if we have achieved something during our school, can we add? Yeah, if it is something like which shows your skill. As I said, if you have won you might have won a basketball game in your school also, but try to concentrate that you have continued it to the even when you're in college. And even in college, if you have done something for it, it'll a particular thing which you have done in school also. So Is my bandwidth okay? Oh my god, I'm sorry, just a second. Yeah.
No, it's okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Kushali, is it? So I think that it is. You can add. It should be something very. I wouldn't add that, a very small thing which I've done. But if it had, added a significant value to, whatever I have done in school, then I would definitely, go ahead and add. But try to, include many things from your college.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. We have questions in question answer tab, Archana, from
Okay.
Dinesh Kumar M. If I'm the representative, can I include it?
You can include it for a line, but as I said, keep it outcome based, guys. We usually tend to, just show the post, just show, as I said earlier, we usually tend to just say that we have done this, but what was the outcome of it? That, is actually very important. That shows that, the outcome actually speaks for you. So I think, if you are a representative, and if you have achieved something from that, if you mention that along with this, then I guess it is very advisable. Otherwise I wouldn't, blankly put that I was a representative. Yeah. Then
Okay. Next
can
we
we add
have,
list of books
yes,
which
is
we have
the
read?
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. So list of books, you can actually, I don't think so you will be if you're a book reader, you must have read a lot of books, right? So I think, if you just mention in hobbies that, you like to read, or if you're you can read a lot of books, I think from that, if they want to ask any particular question, then you can say. I don't think it is, necessary to add a list of books. But you can be, as I said, if it is for a very creative job, you can even, be as creative as you want. You can, represent a book from your resume itself. So it can be like that can be made. But otherwise I would just put, hobbies, and I would just mention that I read a lot of books. So I hope I answered your question.
Yes,
Hi,
exactly.
Archana ma'am.
Hello.
Hi, Archana ma'am. I'm Vikas from Cloud9 facility. I just want to
Hi.
confirm one thing, that is it mandatory that an experienced person will only write a CV rather than the resume?
No. You can write, as I said, the CV or the profile, personal profile, which I said, I think if you're not experienced, it is better to write a personal profile for yourself. From that, you can write, create a resume. If the particular job which you're applying to is asking for a CV, then you can, send a CV to them. Otherwise, for a fresher, I would rather recommend a resume. But if the job is particularly asking for your CV, then please do go ahead and create your CV.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And is it mandatory to have reference with their contact details?
Mhm.
It is not mandatory. If you want, you can add. For example, if that particular person is a well-known person, or it's someone from someone like your college principal, or your manager from your workplace, or if people are like that, then you can add. But otherwise, I don't think it is mandatory to add reference. I usually don't add references. But in LinkedIn profiles and all, people come and write on your profiles, right? I think that is more advisable. Someone from your workplace, if someone is really impressed with your skill, they'll come and write in your profiles, right, that this person has this skill, and they are very good to work with. I think that is more advisable. But otherwise, it is not mandatory to give a reference and all. Yeah. And after that, please, why business communication is critical to some company. Ayo, it went down. Why business communication is critical to some company success? As I said, this actually sir will be able to deliver better. He'll cover it in the next session. But see, there is something called as informal communication and formal communication, right? So formal communication is something which you follow it in your workplace. That is only called as business communication. It is very important because you know uh, you can't talk to your manager like you're talking to your friend, right? You and your friend can, you and your friend, or your sister, or you and someone in your family can talk very informally, but that cannot be implemented in your workplace. That is why business communication is most important. And there are certain ways to send an email that we'll cover it in the next session. There are certain ways to send an email, and there are certain ways to address the other person. It shows who you are as a person, for me, personally, because if you come to the office, and if you treat your manager very informally in front of your colleagues, then I don't think the manager will have a good impression on you. So that is why it is very important to know what is formal and business communication. I hope I answered your question. And is that okay to add virtual training? Is that okay to add virtual training? I did during this pandemic or webinars and attend also, right? And also how to write about internships I have attended. Okay, a good question. So virtual training you can add, because even before pandemic also, there were very, as the, as Nelson asked, he has attended courses from Coursera and all that is virtual training only. So if you have attended something like that, it is, you can obviously put it, because as I said, putting about your what you have learned from your courses, putting things which you have attended webinars or anything, it basically shows that you are someone who is interested to learn, willing to learn, and you are putting in effort to enhance that particular skill which you already have. So it is very important that you add that also. How to write about internships I have attended. So okay, you might have attended internships. You specify what did you contribute to that particular internship. For example, for my internship I would write whatever the contributions and what were the outcomes. I did a project, I did a complete project for my internship. So I would directly put whatever the have contributed and what were the results of my project in a very short paragraph, probably about 2-3 lines. I wouldn't go more elaborate about that, but in those 2-3 lines it should be very specific, and it should be very outcome based. So I guess that like that you can write about your internships. And someone has asked, my question is that if I am going to attend the interview, which one I need to show? Either you can show your resume, you can preferably show your resume. And if the job person is asking for a CV, if they are if a CV is required, then you can show your CV. Yeah, otherwise, if I think resume is fine. Resume, people understand, resume is something which actually gets you to the interview. After that, it is all you, where whether it depends on you that you get the a job or not. After that, how you perform. After that, as I said last time, verbal and non-verbal communication, your skills, how you exhibit your skills, all that, from the questions how you answer, it depends on, totally depends on that. People might ask you questions from your resume or CV, but I don't think your resume alone can get you a job. Probably in a few cases it might, but otherwise I don't think it'll be that important. It is very important to get you to the interview. After that, it is all you. So I hope I was clear, Mr. Faisal. And someone has asked, if I'm an experienced person, after my experience I'm going to study a course, then which is placed first in CV, work experience or education details? You could either, as I said, you could either give it in a chronological order, or you can separate your education details and your professional details. If you're separating your educational details and professional details, as you said, the most recently what you have studied or the most recently where you have worked, and from that you can give it. Or otherwise in CV it is important that you actually go with the date. So it is important that if everything is mixed, then I would advise that if you are if you have just completed a course or if you're going to study, it is important to mention that first, and after that your work details, and after that your the previous studies which you have done, and so on. What is TE? Is it what is TE?
Yes, I could not quite get that question. I
Okay.
request Eric, can you please repost your question, the complete question? I hope he'll catch up soon.
Okay,
Let's
sure.
go for the next, yeah.
Sure. Okay, so someone has asked. Okay, where did I leave it? Okay, personal photograph is needed to put CV. Yeah, it is. It gives it the reason behind putting your photograph is it just puts a face to your resume or CV. I would advise it to put, and have a nice photo. Don't don't put your passport size photo or anything, but it should not. The picture should not have too many elements. It should just have your face, and probably your shoulder length is fine. But other than that, it should not be a very something which hits your face first. Don't put a photo like that. But other than that, first initially we used to actually put our passport size photos or anything like that. But a normal photo in which you have a very good, normal, calm, positive, smiling face, that kind of a photo, please go ahead. And I think there are a few questions in chat.
Yes, we
Pause.
have again from Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's PhD scholar from Malaysia, and he have published his publication, and he's about to ask if he can add this in his CV or resume, and is there
Yes,
any
yes.
page limit for CV?
No, there is absolutely no page limit for CV. CV can be as long as you want, but resume is a summary of CV. So keep it short. That is the difference between a CV and a resume. So resume, I would say that keep it short, but your CV you can add whatever you want. The length of the CV differs from person to person. It can be long, it can be short, it can have only 2 pages, it can have 10 pages. It totally depends on you. I hope I answered your question, Nelson. And
Thank you, Archana. We have one
okay.
question from Nishak Suresh. I'm 6 years experienced professional in healthcare,
Okay.
currently not employed due to COVID situation. He's trying from past a few months, and his resume is quite impressive too. Most of
Mm-hmm.
the HRs call me and offer me a job asking regarding his experience, but that's just end of the road. After that, I do not get a call from them. What can I do?
Okay. So, hi, Nisarg. I think many people are, facing this situation right now, and it is okay. Time, it is just a matter of time before you get more job opportunities. All the best to you for that. Before I get to answer your question. I think that you can apply to, if you're applying to 5 places and if they get a call, you can actually follow up to them. We usually tend to not follow up on things, but you can actually follow up once, to just to know that if you're through it or not. But otherwise, you have to actually go to the next one. Apply to a lot of jobs. And even before applying, I in a recent training, I from a very experienced professional, he says that if you want a particular job in your dream company, rather than applying for a directly for a job, for a 6 to 8 weeks period, you can actually connect with them, very professionally, connect to that particular professional in that organization very professionally. and we can connect with them and send them quality contents for about 6 to 8 weeks. After that, you can politely reach out. Then they might have a particular impression on you. Okay, this person has sent me so much. This person knows so much. And after that, you can approach them very politely, asking if there is any vacancy. So that is also one more way to get jobs. And as I said, see, there are a lot of people who are tens and thousands of people who are applying for the same job post. So the number of people who are applying is actually very so large. So it is okay, don't get disappointed if you do not get one if you do not get the job. But keep your sample size more, apply to a lot of jobs, and also try this one. Try approaching professionals as in person, as in you can send them messages individually, like saying that I am this person, I am so and so, I just wanted to connect with you after seeing your profile. And your profile is very you be polite with them, don't nag them also. So you can actually form professional connections like that. That is where I think LinkedIn and platforms like that are very useful. This is actually a new method which you can get jobs. Be very friendly with them. Send them quality contents and what you think about that particular content. Like that, if you send, and then maybe they'll you'll have a good impression on them, and probably you will get a good job. I
Exactly.
hope that was a useful, Nisarg.
Ye- Yes, to him. And we have a question from Eric. He has detail now. So, what is the clear difference between resume and CV since the two contains almost the same information?
Okay. Hi, Eric, and thank you for asking again. But as I said, resume is a, you can say that resume is a summary of CV. See, CV can contain anything from you being, for example, somebody said that they were a representative. A resume is whatever. Sorry, a CV is whatever you have done your whole life. It can be, it can be something regarding to your school or college, or in which you have achieved something. I know one particular person. He is actually a very he's from Tamil Nadu only, but he has his CV for around 100 pages. Every, even a small course which he does, he'll immediately include in his CV. After that, he keeps revising his CV if he achieves something. If he even achieves something small, or if he gets an award, everything he'll achieve, he'll record it in his CV. So a CV is something which is a very elaborate and longer version of whatever you have achieved, or whatever you have done, or whatever you have learned in your throughout your life. But a resume is a summary. A resume, interpersonal skills or anything like that, it should contain your academic and professional details alone. That is your resume. And please, I also forgot to mention, add your contact details in your resume. It just at least your mail ID. Address, I don't think it is necessary, but if the company or the organization asks, then add. But a mail ID and phone number, I think it is very important to add in a resume. I forgot to mention that point, so I would like to stand corrected for that. And I think that I hope that answers your question. Okay, somebody has asked,
Mhm.
what is the next question? I don't know if I asked that answered that
Okay,
question.
fine. We have one question in chat from Kushali. I have
Okay.
experience of 2 years, and during this time, I got opportunities to be a presentative in board meetings. So, can I add this in resume?
Sorry. Just 1 second.
Okay, fine, fine, no issues.
Okay, I have experience of 2 years, and during this, I have opportunities to. Yeah, you can definitely add. See, board meetings is something, very, huge, and you just have 2 years of experience, right? So you can add, it shows your strength that, in such a short span of time, you have reached to a particular level where, you're presenting in front of, a huge audience. So huge audience in the sense, what I mean is your board. So you can add that also. It will be a very good plus point.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you. One more question is, if I want to add this, how to mention in this resume? I cannot write like that I have attended and I was the part of this board meeting. How to write this in a
Okay, see,
resume, ma'am?
there will be some motive for the board meeting, right? You might that for example, I'm saying, let's say that particular board meeting, marketing issues were discussed.
Yes,
Okay,
this
so
was exactly for marketing, and I was to present my product between them, ma'am. So,
okay.
board meeting was there.
Mm-hmm. Actually, very nice. All the best to you, Kushali. And what I would say is, highlight that particular motive and what was your contribution. That you can add, and don't just a line or two. That's all. Very keep it very short and precise. Don't be specific about it. Say that the board meeting was about a marketing motive, and I did my product presentation, and after that, what was the outcome of it? How were you appreciated, or according to your presentation, what actions were taken? That can be said. I would suggest, don't go more than 2-3 lines about it. You could just add a single or 2 lines about it, and be more specific.
Okay,
It is important to address the motive, what you contributed, and what was the result of it.
okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
All the best, Kushali. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Uh, Please unmute yourself to ask if any questions. I
Ma'am,
think
my
someone
question
has.
is in status.
Yeah, is there any more questions? Are there any more questions?
Yes, someone was
I
about to
can I can answer about even the previous session also. If you guys, since resume is a very short topic, I don't think there is. I could actually show a lot more examples, but as I said, I don't want to. You'll be very. It'll be very easy to influence you to create a particular kind of resume. If you see a resume example, it means that you, even after showing that GQ ad, you might be thinking, oh, okay, we could be creative, and we could have created a resume like that. But for me, I would suggest that you sit and write your personal profile first, whatever you have done. Find out your strengths, and after that, sit and create your own resume. It is okay to see templates and all. It is okay to create your own template also, but please keep in mind that you don't imitate or copy. Keep it unique, keep it true to yourself, and be very honest about it. Yeah. And
I
are
think
there any more
Ajas
questions?
Ahmed is ready to ask question. Ahmed,
Yeah.
please unmute yourself to ask question.
Ma'am, is biomedical engineering really engineering, or is it better to study electrical, mechanical, or chemical engineering?
I'm sorry, Ahmed, can you please slow down? I can't quite hear you properly. I didn't get you properly.
Ma'am, I asked a question in chat. Will you please answer that?
You asked a question in chat, okay? Is biomedical
Uh,
okay? I guess sir will be better to answer this question. But is biomedical engineering? It is obviously engineering. Otherwise, it wouldn't. The name wouldn't contain engineering in that. I have studied biomedical engineering only, but it is. What do you want to become? If you want to become an electrical engineer, and if you want to go in a in a different professional line, study electrical engineering. If you want to learn about mechanics, what are your interests? See, biomedical engineering is completely based on medical instruments, and there is a lot of R&D going on too in that particular area. And the industry has been booming for the for the recent years. and it depends on your interest. It completely depends on your interest. It is actually engineering only, and you will have subjects related to electrical and mechanical and all, but the motive behind this is different. If you study electrical, and if you see the syllabus, you will get to know biomedical is completely different from electrical or mechanical engineering. Obviously basics of all those are there in biomedical engineering, so it depends what do you want to become. I hope that I answered your question, Ahmad.
Does this branch have a good scope in future?
Sorry.
Does this branch have a good scope in future?
Yeah, see, scope is there in everything. Everything is developing so rapidly. The technology has been growing so much. The things which we used 10 years before, we are not using that right now. Okay, so the scope is definitely there in every field. It depends how updated you are. It depends how skilled you are. It depends how much you know about that particular field and what your interests are. Please don't see a particular scope, or if somebody tells you that electrical engineering has a good scope and you go and study electrical engineering, but you don't understand. But if you want to really, if your interests lie in chemical engineering or biomedical engineering, and if you really want to work in that particular field, I would suggest that it depends on your interest only. Scope is there in every field. In all these engineering fields which you have mentioned, there is a lot of scope. It totally depends on your interest, skill, how much you know, and how updated you are. It
I
is
want to
very
tell
important to
something.
stay updated.
Ma'am, I am a biomedical engineer in third semester, but I do not know about this branch.
But
I am a biomedical engineering student in third semester, but I did not know about this branch. So will you please tell me something about this?
you don't know about scope of biomedical engineering.
Yes, ma'am. About this
Okay.
branch.
Actually, I think you can actually ask this question to Krishna Prasad sir, who will actually come in the next session. But as far as I know, there is a lot of scope in R&D. You can work in hospitals as biomedical engineer. You can work as a service engineer. You can there is a lot of scope. You can work in outsourcing. You can work in supply chain. There is a lot of things you can work as a biomedical engineer. I think Krishna Prasad sir will be more he's the person you should be asking this question to.
Okay,
He's a
ma'am.
very
Thank you.
he has a lot of experience in that.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, Achana, we
The
have a
next one.
question like resume like a cover letter. Someone has posted like that.
Okay,
I'm not very sure.
resume is no, cover letter is actually different. Cover letter is something which is an introduction letter. Okay, it actually shows with what motive you're applying to that particular job, which you write before sending a resume to a particular professional. That is cover letter. Cover letter is not a resume. Cover letter is actually an introduction, and you define the motive, and from where you got to where you heard about the job, and what is your motive to join the organization. All those details will come in cover letter. That is different. It is not like resume is completely different. Yeah, we have I guess we have 7-8 more minutes.
Yes, we have one question about ATS resume. I
Okay.
hear about ATS resume. If we are trying to get a job in hospital or a company, is it need to send ATS format resume?
Okay, just a second.
Okay, no issues.
Okay. As I said, I don't know if every organization is asking, for you to send in that particular format. But I do know that if the organization is asking for you to send it in ATS resume, then you can send. Otherwise, you can create your own template, I guess. There is the ATS is actually a format. So if that organization is asking for you to create in that particular format, then I guess you should submit in that particular format. Hello.
Thank you. Yes, we have one
Yeah.
question in chat again from Nelson. Ma'am, can I actually have a simple write-up CV, not a specific template? How can I create a professional CV with good template? Any professional agency helping in creating professional CV or resume?
Okay, there are actually a lot of people who do such things, but I wouldn't advise you on. I don't think so. It'll be completely unique, but you can get their help also. But it is, I guess, it is a waste of money. You can see templates online. You can actually search for examples, and after that you can create your own CV. Professional agencies or people are there who create resumes and CVs and all. But according to me, my personal opinion, I think it is a just waste of money. You could rather create your own CV. You could look for examples and create your own CV.
Yes, it is
You can
advisable.
search for yeah, you can see you can see a lot of examples, but don't, as I said, create an honest resume and CV. So I hope that was I hope that I answered your question, Nelson. We have somebody
Exactly.
raising hand.
Yes, I'll let them allow talk. Vaibhav. Vaibhav, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Yeah. If there are no more questions, we can actually hand over the session to Sir. Or if you guys want to ask any more questions, or if you guys need any more help, you guys can contact me, and I'll ask Sugita to post my details, and you guys can contact me personally also. If I'll be able to, if I could help you, I'll definitely help you. If not, I'll connect you with people who could help you.
Hello, madam.
Yeah, hi.
Madam. What kind of objectives you can put? What is the
Career
objective?
objective.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, career objective. As I said, what kind of a career do you want, and what are your skills? What how you would contribute to that particular organization. I think that will suffice as a career objective. What career objective, as the name itself says, you want a particular career, right? So in what particular field you want your career to be, and what are your skills for that, and what are you willing to contribute. If you don't see examples about it online, and there are a lot of similar career objectives which are there. It is important that you write your own career objective. That is why I did not specifically show one particular career objective. You can see examples, and you can create your own.
Okay, madam. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And I guess it is time. So it is
Yes.
almost time.
Yes, we have
If
questions
there are
maybe.
more questions, you share my contact, and I'll take it up personally.
Yeah, sure, Archana. Thank you so much for your presentation. I hope
Thank,
participants
thank you so much,
have been.
Suki.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
thank you, everybody. Stay safe, and next we'll hand over the session to Sir. So I'm also eagerly waiting to listen to it. So
Oh,
Suki, yeah. So I guess I get back, back to you.
oh, sure. Thank you. Okay, moving on to next session. We'll have 2 minutes. Okay. Nikhil, can you please project the screen if you're here? Okay, I think he's not available. Let me check.
Hi, Sukita.
Hello, sir.
How are
We have
you?
joined. Yeah, I'm good, sir. How are you doing? How is your
Fine,
day?
fine, fine. Good, good, good. I hope Archana is also online. How are you?
Uh,
Yeah,
yes, she is, sir.
I think, yeah.
Um,
Good, good.
okay, sir, let me introduce you to the participants. Give me a minute. Um, we are moving on to the next session on business communication. We have our speaker, Krishna Prasad. He's a senior management professional in medical equipment and devices industry with over 30 years of experience. He has worked in MNCs with international exposure. He's skilled in business planning and strategy, product management, marketing, and branding. He has experience in leadership positions for fast growing companies in medical equipment and devices in diagnostics, various surgery specialties with P&L responsibility. He is currently working with Invacare Corporation as a business manager for South Asia. Uh, Thank you for joining, sir. The session is yours.
Right. Thanks, Sukita, for that nice introduction. And thanks once
Yeah,
again,
sure.
Nikhil and
Yeah, thank you,
Mindray,
sir.
and of course,
Mhm.
Force Biomedical and Indian Biomedical Skills Consortium,
Ex-
in which I am also a member. Thanks to Nitori for again a lively session. I hope the participants are enjoying with the first session on the resume writing, right? Business was and resume writing, right?
exactly,
Okay,
sir.
good. Yeah. So I will share my screen. You want me to start my audio, right? Sorry, video.
Yes, maybe good.
Yeah, let's go. I think I'm visible now, and let me just share my screen. Tell me, Sukita, if my screen is coming up or not.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Is it now?
Okay, it's loading. Yes, it's in a presentation mode. I think you can start
One
projecting.
second.
Mhm.
It's okay now. Is it?
Yes, so you can project it.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Yes, it's good.
Good.
Perfect.
So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the participants. I know from geographies from Middle East to South African countries to Asia. So I think the friends who are in African region are must be 3.5 hours behind this our time, and then same thing in Europe, maybe Middle East 1.5 2 hours. So good. The next session is on business communication. So I think a few participants might be there. I am not sure, Sukita, also that whether some participants who were there in the last session are also not present, because in the last session we did cover communication skills, right? This is something business communication. So you guys, the biomedical professionals who are here, also should be able to understand the importance and the difference between business communication and regular communication, the colloquial communication. What we discussed last time about this general communication, how do you communicate with people, how do you talk to people in terms of your verbal communication, non-verbal communication. In terms of non-verbal communication, it is something on your body language, your eye contact, your movement of hands, everything what you don't express by your language, you express your ideas, you express your opinions, you express your own language with your body, with the non-verbal expressions. So that is something related for a general life. Generally, how you deal with people, whether it's with your family, within the family, with your friends, with your seniors, with your other people in society. That's general communication. when it comes to business communication, what is business communication is not just the communication related to business. Business here means business is related to your career. Business is meaning is related to your job, your profession. If somebody is an entrepreneur, somebody is a businessman or a businesswoman, this communication is also related to your profession, your business. So there is definitely a lot of difference and discrimination between communication and business communication. That is why we have to call it as general communication, and this is business communication. Okay. In business communication, we have different kinds of things which we need to discuss. The first thing is, nowadays when we talk about business communication today, as I last time also told you people, that we are today having the communication channels in terms of through phones. And when you talk about phone, again, in phone there are a lot of via media channels. You have sorry, you have SMS, that's the messages, your WhatsApp, you have also MMS, you have also different kind of channels in the phone to use. Okay. At the same, you have also pictorial representation. You want to send somebody a clipping through a video, through an audio. So these are all communications on the phone. Similarly, when it comes to the question of other communication channels, today when we have, I also said last time that in the earlier era, in the earlier times till 90s, before the electronic mail came into picture and took a lot of importance in society today, in our daily life, in our business lives. Today we are talking about business communication related to emails, electronic mail. So whatever people used to write and send through a postcard, through a letter, through an inter-office memo, through a courier, through a fax, it used to be telex also. So now everything is on email, electronic mail. That email also is now getting more and more simplified. People are talking about short communication, short mails. Okay. If the mail is very short, send it by WhatsApp or send by some other channel or through your phone. So we have to understand in business communication, how do you communicate in your job, as I told you, in your profession, in your career, in your business, when you want to deal with people related to that. How do you deal with your phone? One. Number two, on the emails, these two are very, very important. Of course, earlier days we used to also have the fax copies. Now also people are using, some businesses are still, fax is important. So you also use fax mode, fax channel. You also mode, people used to use earlier telex. Now telex is no more available, I think so. I don't think telex is anywhere there. Now you have other channels like of course, the social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, Orkut, these are all there. Okay. So how do you communicate yourself in these two channels? Let us learn little more detail. I'll give some examples also. While dealing with your phone, now phone has become such a common gadget today. Even a child at home today, when the child is around 4 5 year old, people are looking at phones. So people are exposed, the children are also exposed with the phones, with the new technology, new generation. Okay. So phones have become a parcel and part of our life today. Not an exaggeration. Today people are feeling very handicapped. People are restless if there is no phone. So phone you're using for your personal use is different. For your personal work is different. With your personal family, those kind of things are different. That is why I named it as phone etiquette. You know what is etiquette? You have to. Hello, somebody I think is in the traffic car, so please, I request them to keep in mute. Okay, there are some vehicles like here. So this is called etiquette. You have to pronounce it as etiquette. It is not etiquette. Etiquette. Hello.
I request the participants to mute yourselves.
I think somebody is outside, like on the phone or so.
Oh, sorry about it, sir.
direban yana da matsala wallahi. Wallahi yana da matsala. Ka kwaso mutanen wuta kamar ka kwaso dabbobi a
Yes, I hope it's fine. I muted him. No issue, sir. You can proceed.
Right, no issue, because it should not be a disturbance for other people. Right, okay. So you have to pronunciate this as etiquette. It is not etiquette or it is not etiquette. Etiquette is a simple term which is a mix of all words like culture. Okay, it is basically the culture, the tradition, the habit. What are the salient features you should have? What are the complete habits? Etiquette is a mix of all this. When you say business etiquette, a common etiquette, so we'll say common sense. People say you don't have common sense. Etiquette is a mixture of all that. Etiquette is simple. An example: what are the qualities, what are the traits, what are the characteristics, what are the different kind of behaviors, what are the different kind of principles you should adopt, you should follow, you should implement for anything. For example, road etiquette, you say, while you are on the road, whether it's India or any other country, every country has certain rules and regulations, certain policies, certain things which are abide by the local law. So whatever the laws, whatever the rules, regulations are given by the government, you follow on the road. For example, in some countries, Western countries, they are right-hand drive. In Asian countries, it is left-hand drive. So zebra crossing, walking on the footpath, standing at the signal, stopping your vehicle at the signal. So all these are all road rules. When you are following the rules on the road, the mix of all that is called road etiquette. Similarly, corporate etiquette will say. So communication etiquette, communication rules. So that is what exactly here the etiquette meaning. So when you say phone etiquette, that means what? When you are using a phone in the office or for an office purpose in the official environment, what are those rules, principles, regulations, do's and don'ts? What are the manners? What are those very, very sensual things, sensible things you should follow? The mix of all this is called etiquette, phone etiquette. So first, office phone, normally people have this habit. Sorry, office phone, normally people have this habit of using phones in the office at different place. Normally when the office means what? It is not a landline. Even I'm talking about mobile phone only. Answer the phone in 3 rings or less. Maximum when you are in the office, suppose somebody is calling you, don't keep the phone ringing. Suppose it could be a customer, it could be anybody. For example, you are a biomedical engineer in a hospital, it could be your department, some other department, some customer, some company. If you are working for a biomedical company like me, it could be a customer, it could be your own colleague. So always answering the phone, connecting with the phone early is always a good habit. Okay. Okay, it's different. Suppose you're quite busy or the phone is left over somewhere or you are in somewhere, that's different. But when you are on the phone, always answer it. Okay, never answer with just hello. A lot of people now, we have the habit of, because the hello has become a, what do you call, a term linked with the phone. Hello means phone. So hello, when you say hello, you don't know who's the other person. For example, in biomedical, in our profession, some customers, most of the customers are doctors, for example. Some doctor might be on the line. Okay, so always identify yourself. Okay, hello, who is, may I know who's speaking? Myself, I am so speaking, right? Like that. And ask permission to place someone on hold. Suppose you want to check with something, can you hold on please? Okay, without saying that 1 minute, just don't check. So ask the permission. What does that mean? Asking the permission, it is showing a good habit, good manners. So it could be anybody. It could be a person who's younger to you, in position also he is smaller to you, whatever is it, irrespective of that. This is a business thumb rule. You are working in a organization, you are working in the corporate environment. It could be hospital also, it could be anywhere, whatever the job, kind of job you are in, whether you are a sales, service, anywhere, in any type of job. So holding the line, keeping somebody on hold is always good by taking the permission or telling them, can I place you on the call hold, or sir, can you wait for a moment? For example, if it is taking a lot of time, that's what it says, 30 to 40 seconds. So suppose somebody says, I have this problem, can you check and tell me? Sir, I have to check my email. So if it is taking time, you always tell them, sir, I will check back and come back to you, revert back to you. Or you know very well, Varsho, that it will take some time. It is not 1 or 2 minutes you need. For example, somebody says, I have sent a email to you, I need a reply within today. So what you do is, some people have the habit, no, let me check the email. Just they are on the phone, they check the email, they want to reply, they want to communicate fast, they are in a hurry. Don't do it. If it is a longer time, please call back. And mind you, when you say somebody, I will call you back, please make a note, because in the busy life today, we always have the habit of telling people, I will call you back, I'll come back to you, I'll revert to you, all this, but we forget. Because what happens, it's not because we wantedly do it. We have so much of work today in daily life, a lot of personal things to do, a lot of your own job to do. So what happens, most of the time we are busy, so we forget. When you forget something which is important, it may not be good, right? And at the end of the day, you forget, hey, I have to go back to this doctor called me and wanted information on this particular equipment, or this hospital called me that there is a problem in service, I'm supposed to give an answer. So please always make a note. In communication, important. When you're working in office, any place, have a notes. Always have your pad and pen along with you, very handy with you. Make a note. When you make a note, even you're busy, even you're stressed out, you will not forget, because something is noted down. You can always refer to your notes and then get back to the person, right? And one more thing is, when you are on the phone, give full attention to the caller. Okay, what does it mean? Last time I told you, if you remember, whoever is present in the last session, learn to listen, listen to learn. When you are listening to somebody, you will learn a lot of things. Okay, once you start listening, once you start learning listening things, okay, you will also listen for learning things. So listen to learn to listen. What does it mean? When somebody is calling you or talking to you, first listen to the other person, give a full attention, because then only you will understand what is the other person saying, what is the matter, what is the subject, who is calling, what it is intended. There are so many things. Once you understand, then only you will be able to uh, communicate properly. No on-site conversations means, no on-site means, like for example, you put the call on the hold, you talk to him again, you refer something. This is a conversation like one-to-one sitting opposite, and don't do that. Whenever somebody is on the phone, you take the information. If you want to think about it, and then if you are not understood, ask the person, ask question, then you understand, and you take some time, tell the person, I will call you back, no problem. That gives a good phone, this thing. And before this, I also want to add something called on the phone. A lot of people have this habit of nowadays, hello, and then who's speaking. First, before you speak to somebody, if you know that somebody is a customer calling you, if you know the person is from a hospital, or always identify yourself and always address the people with sir, madam, as far as possible. And last thing is, when you are disconnecting the call, always disconnect your call, your phone, only when the other person disconnects. For example, if you're a customer there, customer say, okay, Mr. Prasad, when will you come back to me? Okay, sir, I'll come back to you by 10 o'clock, sir. Okay. You say, okay. The moment okay, you say, you disconnect it. Not good. Just make sure when the phone, you can always listen to the sound, whether the other person has disconnected or not. Once you make sure the other person has disconnected, then you disconnect the phone. This is a good manners. This is a good etiquette. But today, most of them, what happen, when somebody calls up, you listen, you answer, you are also in a hurry. Even before the other person is hanging up, is disconnected, or he's still waiting, you already disconnected. Why? What happens? Sometimes it also happens to you. Sometimes the person has told something else he remembered, he wanted to again say something, you don't know. Okay. And especially here, I tell my friends, all of you, as I again told you, that whatever the job profile you are in, we are in this industry, biomedical industry, we are a very sensitive industry. We are dealing with patients. Our industry is related to human life. So we are all directly, indirectly connected with human lives. as a biomedical professionals. So most of the times hospitals, doctors, anybody, they are very, very sensitive. Some people are very egoistic. Some people have got a lot of attitude. So all these matter. They also observe you. They also follow you. How this person is talking to you on telephone. Okay. A lot of people are there. You don't understand this world. The world is like that. So if we have to go with everybody in the smooth way, we have to follow everybody. This is what exactly I say, that in our profession, there are no egos. So on the phone, be careful. Okay. And also, suppose when you are talking, some other phone is coming to you. The other person keep on calling you, their missed calls, and you see there's an important call. And what happens in that hurry? Array, I have to answer this guy, or this fellow is calling up. I have to attend that call, and you want to finish up this call. Don't show that hurry. Okay, if this call is also important, attend this call. Okay, don't do. Otherwise, what happens? You are neither here nor there. You will disconnect this and you will go back there, and you don't know what to do. So don't do it. Always like that. And on the phone, when you are using the phone, as far as possible, if you have to answer somebody through a small message, and if the person is accessible, if the person is close to you, it could be a doctor, it could be a hospital purchase guy, okay, it could be a customer support guy, or if you are from hospital service department and you are calling up a company guy like me. So if you have that rapport, last time I told you, if you have that contact, if you have that relation, you don't mind sending an SMS, always message the person. That will save your time, money, and the other person also gets immediate information. Because sometimes you call up the other person, he is not able to reach. His phone is not reachable, or he's in a meeting, or he doesn't see the call. After that, he say, "What happened? You are supposed to call me. I didn't receive your call. I waited." Then you say, "No, sir, I called in the morning. Your phone is busy, madam." Like this. So to avoid, if you know the other person is always receivable, you have a good relation, send an SMS. Nowadays, WhatsApp is very open. So you have a person, open conversation, communication with that other gentleman, other lady, other person, WhatsApp open. So you can always send a WhatsApp message, but take a permission. Don't take it for granted. Okay. When you take in telephone of a doctor, a customer, ask them. A lot of people, they say, no, by the same number I have WhatsApp, or I will give you WhatsApp number, you message me. So take a permission. Don't take it granted. Don't just think because you are communicating the XYZ, this hospital, that customer service guy, or this sales guy. Everybody is not like this in this world, my dear friend. Okay. Every geography, in India itself, in our own country, India itself, the cultures are different. North is different from south, it's from east to west. So phone etiquette is very important, right? We will move on now to email communication. Okay. This is, what is this called? Email, electronic mail. You first should know when to use email, when to use email, when not to use email. When to use email? When to use email is basically when you are sending a bigger conversation, important subject, and then that is like going to be there. You need to discuss with somebody. You have to have a conversation. What could be subject matters? Then you have to use an email. Those smaller things, like you can always call and telephone. You can always send those messages on phone, or call up on the phone. You don't need to use an email, right? Like that. So have that clarity and difference when to use email, when not to use email, right? What are the elements of email? Last time, I think I've also touched upon very small, superfluously, the subject of not email, but communication. First elements of email is, what is that element? Elements of email is basically what you address somebody to, email ID. Then who are all to be copied? If it is just a one-to-one communication, there's nobody, fine. But suppose, given an example, you're working in an organization, you have a boss, you're communicating somebody in your own organization. So you are going to copy to your boss, your immediate supervisor with whom you are reporting to. So that will go into CC, right? Suppose you are writing a mail to your boss, your supervisor. So your to address would be your immediate reporter, whomever you are reporting, your manager, your boss, your supervisor. As for example, that particular information also has to be copied to somebody else. It could be, for example, a service issue. You're putting a copy to service engineer, or could be a issue copied who are not to be copied. Okay. whom you have to put two. Two is the person who is directly responsible, who is directly is going to be responsible and directly going to reply you, who is going directly involved in this particular email communication, right? And next is effective subject lines. What is subject line? You give a subject line. What is that you are going to talk about? For example, you are talking about, you are reporting to your manager on a hospital deal. I'm just giving an example. Okay, we say, for example, Apollo Hospital, right? Okay, or example, Jaslok Hospital, Bombay. Okay, Mumbai. So you want to inform to your boss that you have made a visit to Jaslok Hospital, Mumbai, or Apollo Hospital. I have met so and so people, and there is a project coming up for so and so equipment. So the title would be Apollo Hospital. So the moment the other person reads, the subject is okay. The person is going to explain me about Apollo Hospital deal or Jaslok Hospital deal. That's an example. For example, you are talking about a subject of troubleshooting. There is a what do you call the troubleshooting required in some particular hospital or equipment down in some hospital. So mention, for example, anesthesia machine troubleshooting, or this particular machine troubleshooting, the service problem of someone's hospital. That would be a subject line. So the tagline subject line always is related to the matter. You extrapolate, you summarize, and give a nice title, right? That's called subject line. Email content and style. I'll show you what is the content style. What is it first you want to inform? Is there any background for this? If background is, you have to just give some one or two lines. So referring to my discussion so and so, or today I met the purchase manager from Apollo Hospital, Mr. X so and so. Just giving an example. Further to my discussions, these are the points which I have noted. That is becomes your, what do you call, the background kind of thing. For example, equipment breakdown. Okay, I found this particular equipment is breakdown, and then I have understood this is what happened. So give that particular background about the subject, the content, the background. Then what is the style? How are you going to write? The content and style is basically in what way you are going to describe the whole matter. Okay, that is a content and style. How you are going to frame your content and style. How are you going to write? The style means basically choosing from your computer what are the different options and writing the mail style. The format is which format I'm going to put in. Word format, for example, email, for example. Nowadays, you're, for example, in Excel sheet you are enclosing, or you are enclosing a Word file, or you are enclosing a PDF file. What kind of formats you are going to use, right? So those are to be addressed. Then signatures. What is signatures? Signatures basically in some organization have the digital signature. So you in the last you say regards, thanks, so and so, right? Your name, and then digital signatures like, for example, name and your title coming. For example, Mr. So and so, service engineer, so and so organization, followed by your phone number, email number, ID, email ID. Then you have your website number, all that. So format signatures. So in this total thing, what's important is that email format, content, and style. What is that content? That is the heart of the email communication, my dear friends. What is that you are writing? Always, I told you last time, keep it short and simple. It doesn't mean that you want to just write one or two lines. If the matter is very important, serious in nature, something has to be narrated, something has to be explained, something has to be described, write it. But as far as possible, choose the words, sentences, grammar in such a way that what you want to communicate, what you are writing, the other person should understand. For example, in this forum, I know a lot of people are from out of India, people from Middle East and South Africa. Somebody, you are writing to a person in a different geography. For example, an African writing to an Indian, or you are writing to a person who is in Bangladesh, or the Bangladesh guy is writing to a person who is in Africa. Different people have different, English being a common language, everybody has their own accent, everybody has their own knowledge, and everybody has their own English dialect and writing skills. So as far as possible, what is internationally agreeable, how people can understand, which is commonly can be understood, please put that matter. So content is the heart of the email. So while writing an email, make sure that you write properly, subject line, content, style, choose the format. And before, I have also told you last time, before shooting out email, read it once again. And if you are not sure that you are not done correct job, you still want to think. And if the email needs to be sent later, it doesn't need to be sent immediately. If there is no hurry, if there is no urgency, you can always park it in the drafts, like parking the vehicle, right? Drafts is always you're keeping it. Then whenever you have time, go to the drafts, open it up, read it. You may get some new thoughts, some new things you want to. You find that this particular thing is not correct. Remove that, make addition. So that addition, subtractions, make the nice edit. And once you are satisfied, once you have everything is okay, send it across. Sometimes you can also do it. If there's a matter which is belong to the organization, your colleagues are also involved, they can help you. Talk to your colleagues, other people. Is it right? Anything to add? Then take their help. Take the help from your seniors. Take the support from them. Then make the content, whatever the format I told you. The suppose you are using a PDF format, you want to send an Excel sheet. Make sure that what data has to be sent, what attachments, like that. Suppose you want to give a link to a video. Okay, you click that link, paste that link, give a link to the video. Don't send. Some people have, okay, it is only 5 MB video, 3 MB video. Don't put it. Okay, these are all certain things which you can follow, because what is happening today with emails have emerged into a business life so fast. Every day today, a lot of emails keep coming in, and people also are getting bored. Which email to attend, which not to attend, which is important, which is not important, which is to be deleted. And sometimes in a hurry, you try to delete an important email. That is also lost. So what I am trying to say is, once the person reads an email, that should be interesting. You should be able to understand, and you should be able to answer you, or you should be able to ask a query that this is what done. Can you please answer this? So your own email writing is very important. I'll just give you an example, live examples here. Look at a poor email ID. Somebody is writing, "Hi John, hey, I was just thinking about the meeting we had about the new workshop you are planning for next week about resume writing. I think that we may have forgotten to include all of the students who might benefit from this workshop. These are several group of students at the School of Public Health that were not on your list. Of course, you may have added them to your list since our last meeting. Sarah from the School of Public Health contacted me to ask if the students from the epidemiology program were on our list of included students. She also wanted a list of all of the included departments from the School of Public Health. Can you send me a list of all the included student groups? I can send the relevant information on to Sarah because she needs this information by tomorrow. Thanks, Rachel." Now, the screen is in front of you. Just read this mail. How is this mail? Do you call this a good email? First of all, don't you think it's very confusing? Just read it. I am 100% sure, even after reading for 2-3 times also, you're not able to understand what is that the person Rachel wants to communicate to John. We understand it is about the workshop. We mentioned about the workshop and whatever the workshop we discussed about resume writing. But for that, there are so many things. Of course, coming number of times School of Public come, number of times I contacted, they contacted, they wanted this. It's all confusing. When somebody, if you are John, if I am John, if I read this mail, it's confusing to me. So this is a kind of, this is like person, whoever, whatever it is there in his mind, the person Rachel has put her all thoughts, just typed and sent, shoot out an email, right? So in this subject, for example, she might have chosen a subject, okay, and it's all one paragraph, like no way to, at least she should have made this some kind of what do you call gaps, some tab, and then give one line like that, so that the person also understand point by point. It is all given like a story at one shot without any break. So it's like just a story, one paragraph in a book you're reading. So these kind of emails are confusing. See, the intention of the person may not be wrong, but when you are conveying an email, when I read it, I should be able to understand. The other person should be able to understand. That's why communication is always a two-way process. That's what I said last time. The receiver and sender. If you are a sender, the other person, the receiver, should be able to understand and reciprocate better. Same thing, if you are the receiver, if the other person is sending, if you are John, as I told you, if you are not able to receive properly, you are also not able to understand properly, and you can't also clear doubts or whatever the help or support the other person is seeking from you or needing from you, you may not be able to helpful them, right? That shows how an email. So that is what, again, this is called email etiquette, right? Email etiquette is basically, again, as I told you, whom to address, whom not to address, whom to be put in CC, whom not to be put in CC, all that. And the down, when you are signing the email, when you are saying thanks or regards, people have to understand that what kind of language you use. Nowadays, with the IT becoming so, information technology, computers have taken up so much in our lives that people have started using the jargons. TKS, TKS is thanks. RGDS, regards. Don't do it. It is not correct. It is good, maybe good for your personal life, with your personal friends, your family, but not to the in the business. Everybody may not like it. Okay. And hi, hello, hi, hello. If you want to say if somebody is close, hi, and put the name. Just don't say hi. Hi, John. Hi, Rachel. Hello. So just don't say hello, hi. You can add the name. And also, a lot of people have the habit of write thanks and put your name in initials. For example, my name is Krishna Prasad. I put KP. KP, people may know me. My friends might may know me by my name, by KP. My family might know me, but I don't expect everybody to know by KP, right? It doesn't look nice. It is not an etiquette. You should not write your full name. Suppose you are writing a mail in your organization. If you are called as whatever the name that is applicable in that company, people know you. Put that name. Again, it's not to the customer, outsiders. So you always have to understand and discriminate and differentiate between your internal people and external people, right? Like your personal life, your personal life, your family versus outside. That's exactly the email etiquette here. I'll show you another example of good email. The same email, how is it now? See, now she is saying, John, can you send me a list of the students include in the resume writing workshop by tomorrow? So now we are getting into a point now. What is she showing is, it is all about, the subject is about probably the workshop which is going to be held tomorrow on resume writing. Okay, we may have forgotten to include all of the students who might benefit from the workshop, right? There are several group of students at the School of Public Health that were not on your list. So the first idea is, she's saying we might have forgotten, a lot of students are not included in the list, because if they are not included, they may not be able to attend this workshop, so they may lose the benefits. So better, there are a lot of people who are especially from the public health school. Okay, they are not in the list. So what is she saying? Sarah from the School of Public Health contacted me, asked to the students from the epidemiology program were on the list. So she is saying, again, from the same school, Sarah may be a professor or lecturer. She's called me and said that my students from the epidemiology department, epidemiology program are on the list. That means what? She's trying to convey that please include the students of epidemiology program from the School of Public Health to be included for the tomorrow workshop, right? And I will send her that information tomorrow after I get the list from you. So once I receive the list from you, Mr. John, I will send the information to her that Sarah, these are the people, these are students we have including for the tomorrow workshop. That means what subject Rachel wanted to convey to John is crystal clear. This is a kind of a good mail. Thanks, Rachel. So what you have to understand is, email writing is all about your content first, subject line, then formats used, and in the body, content and style, body, what is that language you're writing, what kind of words you're using. It all depends on your English language and English, your language proficiency. It also speaks about your grammatical knowledge, what is your verbatim knowledge, how much you got writing skills. So writing communication plays a vital role in terms of emailing. Something you talk on telephone on the same matter to the other person is different. But when it comes to question on putting an email, it should be the same. Otherwise, what happens if this is the kind of email goes like the earlier mail I showed you like this. The other person asks, what you conveyed on the phone is not this. You said something, but I am seeing a mail. There's a difference, or I didn't understand. That is why when you are communicating in the phone and email, if you are going to link it up, okay, always make sure that what you discussed on the phone, then you put on the email, right? So phone communications, when you're talking conversations, business communications, it's very important. Similarly, when you first send an email, nowadays what happens, a lot of new people whom you don't know, you got an email ID. So the person says, please send an email. I will discuss with you later. I will call you later, or we will have a telecon later. So when you're sending an email, you have sent a detailed email. For example, you talk to a customer. Okay, customer just spoke to me. 1 minute call. I'm sending my email on my message. Please send me a quotation on so-and-so equipment. I'll call you. Bye. Thanks. So subject line is, you put that quotation for so and so, reference our discussion or our telecon. Then you put your small, like you attended now resume writing just 1 hour ago. Resume writing, you got enclosing the letter, the covering letter. Covering letter is like a preface of a book. What is that? In the covering letter, you are representing yourself. Just a small, very small introduction. By reading a covering letter, I understand what kind of experience, what kind of person, what qualifications you have. Similarly, this email, the letter body, what you are referring is that content, which is like referring to that, subject to that. And then the rest of things follows in your quotation. Then when you're talking on the telephone, what you communicated on the email, same thing tell him. Sir, we discussed, I have sent the same particular so-and-so model of the particular product. I sent a quotation, these are the models, and this is the kind of features we have as I have written in my email. This is the pricing what we give. If you have any clarifications, sir, if you have any questions, sir, please come back to me, sir. Please revert to me. Please write to me, or please call me, or you let me know when should I call you, or what we should next course of action, what we should do, like that. So one more thing in email, in communication, you talk about uh, addressing people. This is very important. Nowadays, a lot of people do not have a clarity, especially those people who are in the workshop today. A lot of people who are freshers or who are in the beginning of the career, you should have a clear-cut differentiation that when you are sending an email, who are to be addressed, okay, right? That's very clear. CC, the people you don't know, some people don't know who are all to be there on the CC, or who can't be on the CC. Some people have a habit that everybody, whomever you know or whoever you think that in that department is there, you put a CC to everybody. Don't do it. CC is only important for those people who are indirectly involved, okay, or who are also partly responsible, or who are also can help and support that particular thing, right? For example, if you are writing an email to a doctor, sending a product information, this is you discussed with that particular doctor, customer, and then also you talk to a guy in the hospital, materials guy, purchase guy, or a non-technical guy. So when you're sending an email to a doctor, the CC to the purchase department, the guy whom you met, whom you discussed, or the reverse. For example, you met a purchase person. He wanted to have these kind of products in detail as per discussions, and he says so and so doctor is there. He's the man who can decide. We will also discuss with him. You also meet him. Send a copy to him. Then he will go into CC that particular customer, that particular doctor, the end user, or who is going to be the beneficiary of that particular product or service you are going to supply or you're going to offer. That person will be in CC. The main person is the guy whom you discussed from materials department, like that in the organization also. And what about BCC? BCC is blind carbon copy. BCC is meant for somebody who is not directly involved in the entire deal, entire conversation, entire subject, but somebody who is out of this context, but is also important that he should be informed. He should be knowing that what is happening, because once if there is a problem come in, if there is troubleshooting required, like the person who is in BCC will come into picture. So BCC is not just for every time everybody. When you think, for example, you are writing to somebody with a copy to somebody, but you know that these people are not responding you properly, are not able to get support properly, or you are not able to understand what is going on, then you want to keep somebody who's confidentially, who is important to you, who can also support you, and but you don't want to keep the other people that this person has to be copied. Then that third person will be in blind carbon copy, right? So this is an important thing. So today now we have covered phone and phone etiquette and email etiquette. So in business communication, these two are very important. Apart from this, what other communication do you think nowadays we are talking about on the social media campaign, marketing campaign, social media sites? I'm talking about social media is not just Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp. I'm talking about with respect to our profession. A lot of now you have a lot of sites, commercial web sites, and for example, Amazon, Flipkart. Then you have what is this? A lot of sub portals are there for particular medical equipment, different kinds of equipment. So how do you communicate there with the people? Suppose you want to communicate from the company side into that particular social site and want to promote your product, like that's called social media campaign, social media marketing, okay, or digital marketing. Their communication, what kind of communication? So these are the communication skills, business communication. So what is a digital communication skills? Digital communication skills basically requires from your side those skills. It doesn't mean that you have to have a what you call a qualification or a degree or some kind of knowledge on the digital media. Definitely, of course, some kind of knowledge is required, but not necessarily that you should have a digital media, multimedia qualification or background, not required. But you have to have, like for example, you want to give an ad into a magazine, okay, which is going to doctors, for example, Indian Medical Journal, okay. So what are the contents that go into that particular journal? What is the kind of site you're looking for? How much space is there? What is the place required? Who are your target audience? Okay, what are the things that you can write given in this place? How much you can probably edit the matter? You're going to put your product there. What kind of pictures required? What kind of message you want to give? What is a title you want to put, or a tagline you want to put? Where is the address going in? All those things. So marketing related to digital media, okay, or social media. How do you? So there, how you communicate? There, it's what are the skills required? Is basically digital skills. When it comes to digital skill, there's something technical skills, core skills. These are not the soft skills, the core skills. Core skills combined with your soft skills, your communication skills. Okay, somebody from your product department, marketing department, like they give a they make a picture, they make a what do you call proposal, they make a what do you call a product brochure or a catalog in such a way that it's very attractive pictures and all that, makes a nice wording about the features. Then how you communicate with the people, which are the target audience? This is comes again a part of a business communication. So major today we are talking about phone conversations, email conversations, and digital media, digital conversations. Again, in digital media, what is happening today is you don't know who are all watching your. Suppose you put in a site on the social media, digital media. It need not be doctors. It need not be a target audience. Everybody these days, Google search is so common. Everybody will search everything, and they come and they post the comments they would like to give. So be careful when you are communicating with some people. Okay, suppose somebody raises a questions on that digital platform, social media platform. What is it to answer? Because your answer or the question which is raised by the person will also reflect about your brand, your product, your technical competency. Many things are required, and whether it is socially agreeable or not. What is that you're going to give the message, the answer to the public? It should not be offending also. It should not be what you call objectionable to some other companies. It should not be objectionable to the profession, medical profession. So these are certain things what you have to also take into consideration. So today, with the time given, I think close to our 10 minutes to 5. So please remember business communication, phone, email, digital communication, and other communications and all. As I told you, one-to-one communication, talking to somebody, that is different verbally. But in the professional communication, apart from your phone and email communication, when you're talking, for example, in meetings or in the forums, even one-to-one also, official, you're talking to your boss, you're talking to your colleague, who's a junior or senior, anybody, what kind of communication should have? It can't be a casual communication. It can't be a casual communication like the way you talk to them outside. Okay, it should be a very formal, professional way. For example, there is a meeting agenda set. We have to meet between 4 to 5 o'clock. What is that? In that meeting, 1 hour you're going to discuss, or the other person is going to discuss with you. Preparing for the meeting. Okay, what all things you have to talk, what all things you are expecting the other person to discuss, or if it is going to be discussion from your side, what is the preparation you have. You write in notes any question and answers you want to ask the other person. What would be your, what are the findings, what do you want to learn, what are the things which you don't know, or from the other person, what is that you can expect from the other person, the questions, the expectations, all that you have to prepare in a business meeting. So it's typically a business meeting. Even the other person is quite close to you, but it doesn't mean that in the meeting you make it a jovial or a personal, what do you call, informal meeting. No, make it a formal meeting. Formal meeting is professionally. What is that required? What is the purpose we are sitting together here? Okay, what is the common objective? What is the common agenda? And at the end of the meeting, what is expected from both of you, or is it expected from other person, or you are, it is some expected from your side. That is objective and that is outcome. These are things to be clearly communicated and have a clear cut idea and communication. If you have doubts, talk to the people. So with that, I think I come to the end of the session. Then probably we can take the questions.
Thank you so much, sir. It's really
Thank
a
you.
nice session. I hope participants would have been benefited out of it. Before moving a question to the participants, I have few clarifications to ask.
Yeah.
The first thing I would like to know, what is the significance of using fillers in speaking? Maybe it may be a telephone conversation or it's a one-on-one conversation. The significance of fillers, the do's and don'ts, maybe.
So when you say significance of fillers, what do you mean? What is that you are expecting? What kind of
Uh,
fillers?
Maybe yeah. If I speak, I'll tell like that, or somebody in telephone. They are about to hold us, but before that, they want to search on something in another tab. They'll just make some sound like that. So I just want to know
Not
about
only
that.
sound, mannerisms, and gestures and all that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, on the phone, okay. For example, natural gestures. Okay, for example, you are able to cough. You're not. For example, say, okay, fine, no problem. Sorry, right? You say that. But
Yes.
some kind of mannerisms, I don't think it's required. If you, it's as far as possible, it's you avoid it. But if it comes spontaneously, say sorry or I am extremely sorry, or you can always put the phone on mute. If somebody you're putting a hold on call on the hold, okay, sir, give me a minute. So the other person says, no problem, take your time on the phone. Okay, you put a mute. Okay, you are tapping, you are trying to say, Sukita, that you are talking to the person on the phone. Typically, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to illustrate. I hope you are able to see the video. I have my
Yes,
phone
sir.
here. I'm just saying, can you hold on for a minute, sir? Okay, I'm just searching something from my mail. Okay, whether I'm looking at my WhatsApp message or a SMS, or now I'm going to go to my computer, looking at my computer like that, right? All these gestures, mannerisms, right? And also
Exactly,
making
sir.
some sound of some kind of filler sounds. Okay, it depends on again the other person, how close. For example, the person is totally new to you. Don't take a chance, right?
Yeah.
You are new to the person is new to you. Okay, then they may think you don't know who the other person. What is the age? What is his rank? What kind of experience the person is? You don't know. It could be a customer also. Like for example, somebody calling, I'm calling up so and so. I have seen your website. I want to know this product. Can you tell me? He's a common man, right? You understand?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so fillers are always like you need to take a chance with a known person. Unknown, you always have to weigh the pros and cons and play it safely. That's what I can say. There is no hard and fast. Okay,
Mhm.
people these days, common people, suppose you are in a zone, for example, in the office, you have a lot of noise, people are moving here and there, somebody is coming, hi, hello. Then in that case, be careful, or with the telephone, you take the phone out and move it someplace where there is no noise, right? Or you say, for example, if they are not urgent, if there is a very noisy place, sir, can you just give me a moment? Can I call you back? I am here in in the midst of some mess here, a lot of noise, background. Okay, the other person is call you back. Cut the phone, go to a safe place, call back, please. Important is that's commitment. Okay, just don't forget.
Sure, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think we can move on to questions.
Yeah, please. Questions are already in the chat.
Yes, sir, it is, sir.
There's a question there because there is a Q&A, there is a chat. Uh,
It is in the Q&A.
there are only two questions I am seeing. Is it anonymous attendee?
Okay,
Sukita, is there any possibility?
I think you have to scroll up. We have a question. In an interview, which one we need to send, resume or CV?
I don't see this here. I don't know. There are only 1 second.
Oh, no issues.
No, there is only one I am seeing. Is there any possibility that maybe this is an old one? Probably. You are looking at chat, right?
No, sir, from question and answer.
Anyway, go ahead. What is the question?
Okay. In an interview, which one we need to send, resume or CV?
Very good. In an interview.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, they should be able to understand if I'm not sure if Archana is listening to me. I'm not sure that because I just joined you people at the exactly at my time at 4 o'clock. I almost ended the session. She was attending 1 or 2 questions and answers. I don't know whether the person is clear about resume and CV. Okay. Resume, I don't know, Sukita, whether she covered both or.
Yes, she covered both. She
also gave the
clearly.
difference between CV and.
Yes, she has.
Is the other person understanding if it is a interview, like send a CV? The CV is little compared to be shorter than resume, right? In resume, you write many things about your achievements, your accolades. Then you are more in detail. I mean to say, whereas in CV, it is something like short. Interviews are not basically meant for long times. Okay, it all depends on. It all depends on what you call how much time you get. So when you give a lot of information on CV also, it becomes tough for the other person to read and answer you, right? Understand you. Is always better that you give a CV so that the person will be able to understand better, and then then they will be able to give you a correct picture what's happening like. Right?
Exactly, sir. That would answer the question.
Okay.
Okay, we have a next question. Okay, I think it's the question following up from Archana, from Nisarg. He has questions like he had been trying out for job during this COVID situation, and he could get only less response from the HRs. He said he has a good impressive resume, but he said he could not be successful in clearing the interview, or HRs are not calling back him. It seems he has 6 years experience. He said that he's also regularly following up with the teams who has openings, but he's saying that he's not successful. So he's asking how could he improve himself.
So he's applying for jobs. He has got 6 year experience. He's not able to get job.
Yes.
So what exactly he wants to know from me is that how can he get a job?
Yes, I'll read the question. Maybe at
I'm
least.
not able to see. I don't know why.
I
Why? Because
think.
I'm seeing only 3.
Okay, you have been made as an panelist only after the later stage. So I think so you're unable to see the questions.
Because last time what happened, I was able to see the questions very clearly, but these questions what you're reading is not there here. There are different questions. I see only 3 questions here. Mohammed Shakir, Vaisak, Anonymous, attendee.
Okay, before even you join, this question has been posted, so I think so it's not visible to you.
Vedanta Joshi, that's I've seen here.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so his question is now the person. What is his name? You said?
Nisharg Suresh.
So he's now what he says, he's not able to get the job because COVID situation is not
Yes,
really giving opportunity to get into job.
yes, exactly,
Uh,
sir.
and what did you, can you find out what is his background? Is into what hospitals background or a biomedical company or a sales or service? Which what is his background? Then I will be able to give him better guidance if it is in
Okay,
my hands.
okay, no problem, sir. If he is able to speak, I'll let him
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
sir.
right. Otherwise, see, 6 years experience, whether it is whatever is it, let him number one. You should not lose your heart. Try and try until succeed. I know sometimes it's frustrating. Not sometimes. Nowadays, with COVID background, everybody is frustrated. Obviously, naturally, you are not able to move out anywhere. Everything is tight. Everything is closed. It's really a very suffocating life today. All of us have. I also fully agree with that. But don't lose the hope. Don't lose your heart. Keep trying. Uh, don't become negative. These are all just not to pacify him or just to tell him like patting or giving a positive thing. First and foremost, besides with these kind of what you call spirit and motivation in mind, the person with 6 years experience, let him strengthen with his knowledge, whatever the uh, portfolio he has in, whatever his background. If he's a technical service guy or a sales guy or whatever is his thing, he should not miss out his subject. He should concentrate on his knowledge, the product knowledge, technical knowledge, whatever is required. Okay, so that what happens is he will, whenever the person is called for an interview by anybody, let's say after 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, somebody calls you for a interview or somebody calls for a discussion, you will be in the limelight. You should They should not feel that okay, you're not working since 8 months, 9 months, you got already a gap. We can't take you, or the other person might think it out. You're not in the profession already. You already have a gap. How can we give a job? You will be able to perform or not? All these questions come to mind. It's natural. So to keep you all that, keep updated. Don't lose your spirit. Updated means keep knowing what is happening in the industry with respect to your domain, with respect to your experience. Keep fresh. Keep trying. Have contacts. Apply to as many number of jobs as possible. Try to extend your contacts. Talk to people, whomever you know. Get contact. Send an email. Talk to them on telephone. Apply for a job. There is nothing wrong in asking somebody a job. Okay, in my feeling, my personal feeling is, you ask somebody a job, at the maximum what is the worst answer you get is, sorry, we don't have vacancy, or we don't take you, we don't have a position. That's all. What else it will happen? Nothing else will happen. A lot of people have this kind of attitude in mind that how can I go and ask somebody a job? Doesn't It is nothing wrong. In the Western world, people doesn't even bother about this thing. That is why they call it hire and fire. Somebody joins in a job, they leave the job. It is very simple, very common to them. And so have that kind of feeling. You should not have that inhibition or a shy kind of feeling or an embarrassment asking, going somebody for a job. How the other person will feel. What is his feeling to do with you? It is your life, man. It is, you have to live. It is your career, your profession, your family, ultimately your life. So you have to look into that. You don't need to worry what people think about it. In fact, I would say, don't care for the society, don't care for people. You work for yourself. Okay, that's a kind of attitude you should have an open attitude. Keep applying. Look for opportunities. Go to the social media. Go to LinkedIn. You are already with experience. Go to LinkedIn. Open your profile. If you are not on LinkedIn, post your resume, post your notification. Well, professionals like us see. You don't know who will like you. Where there is an opportunity, lot of opportunities keep coming in. Okay, whomever you have contacts, doctors friends, for example, doctors customers, you have close friends, talk to them, they will help you. Hospitals, companies, talk to them. Keep open your channels of communication, open always. Try and try until you succeed. This is my message to him. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bas, questions, you can unmute yourself and talk to sir.
Who's that?
Bhaskar, sir.
Bhaskar is online. I'm able to see him. Yes.
Yes, he has raised a hand. I hope he has some questions to ask.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Bhaskar. Okay. I think he's not able to understand. Yeah. Can we go to the next one?
Yeah, sure, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I'm able to see now the conversation. Somebody has by name Mr. Mohammed Faisal Raihan.
Yes, sir. Okay. It's the same question
Okay,
which you have
okay, fine.
answered before.
Okay, fine. Now we are looking at Surijita Chakravarti. Is it that question?
Yes, sir.
You are mentioning that person because earlier it was a Bhaskar C mail conversation and official letter how to write.
Oh, we have both the questions.
Bhaskar, we have to ask that question had to be answered.
Yes, exactly, sir.
Yeah,
Mail
because he
conversation.
said Bhaskar is going to unmute. So I fine. Mr. Bhaskar, you asked a good question. Mail conversation and official letter, how to write. Mail conversation and what is official letter? These days, official letters are also going on emails only. So whatever the conversation you are putting an email, right? The content will be the same, but the kind of the style of language will uh, slightly differ a bit. Official letter means what is that official letter you are looking for? The official letter in your organization to your own people. Do you mean by that? Or an official letter you are writing to a government department, somebody outside, okay? You are writing to organization, seeking support or making a complaint or writing something, informing something. So mail conversation is always shorter compared to official letter. Official letter is basically a letter itself is meaning is complete. So it will be more detailed, little more elaborate. Mail conversation is you don't need to write so much of thing. Try to converse little bit, condense the sentences, meaning, and see that frame small sentences, small paragraph. Small paragraph is not just by size. What I'm saying is the sentences what you choose, the matter is little size, but you get the same meaning what letter says. But letter is more elaborative, more informative. That's all. That's the only difference, right?
Yes, sir. We have next question from.
Srijita Chakraborty, right?
Yes, exactly, sir.
Yeah, greetings, sir and madam. Okay, thank you. I'm a freshly graduated biomedical engineer and currently in search of a job. My question is that how much honesty is required in the panel when explaining some problems in the interview, which would somewhat throw shade if not explained properly. Thank you. What does it mean? My question is that how much honesty is required in the panel when explaining some problems in interview, which would somewhat throw shade. Okay, so if I understood Shrijita, what you are saying is you are asking how much honesty as a person you should have that is required when you are going for an interview and trying to explain some problem is there, whether it is you have to explain that problem or not, honestly or not. Okay, which would probably, if you don't explain that, if you don't tell that problem, if you don't if you hide that, it probably might throw some shade on the not explained properly. Okay, so what you are saying is, if I don't explain you something which I'm hiding it to you in the interview to the panel, is it good or not? Yeah, no, correct. You are right. So as far as possible, be honest, be sincere, be true to yourself. Don't try to give some things which are not there or you want to cover up something. Honestly, when you give the correct answer, okay, the person or people also will understand that this person is genuine, this person is sincere. These are all very, very important. So being sincere, being honest, nothing wrong. That in fact will fetch you. You don't need to hide something. For example, somebody just now said 6 months I don't have a job. Now suddenly one interview come up, then you want to tell that company that, look, sir, whatever. Suppose the person says, Since 2019 February, I'm just giving an example, Srijita, you are not working. Today we are in December. What are you doing 10 months? You will say, I worked there, I worked here, some kind of story, some kind of thing. Don't tell that. Please be honest, sir. I'm trying from my last job from February till now, I'm not able to get a job because of the COVID. Explain the situation, explain the whole thing. I am sincere. I want to get back to the job. I'm looking for a job. I'm trying. I'm being called by your company for interview. I'm here. That actually gives a very genuine feeling to the people of panel of interviewers. They will believe you. They'll trust you that this person is trustworthy. Tomorrow, when we give a job to this kind of person, honesty is very important. Okay, that is what my answer is, Srijita. I'm not sure whether you're satisfied or not with my answer, but that is the thing. Then, Sukita, if you are online,
Yes, sir.
that next is the anonymous attendee.
Yes, exactly, sir.
Sir, how to make friendship in biomedical field when I am trying to make friendship through Facebook, LinkedIn? Most of the people not interested to talk. Could you please explain how to make new contacts? This is a very tricky question you asked. This is not this is not related to biomedical field. It is not that biomedical people are closed or they don't want to. It all depends on how you are trying to approach the people. First of all, I don't know this because the anonymous attendee, Mr. Anonymous or Miss Anonymous attendee, it depends on how much, what is your age and what is the kind of background you have and with what kind of people you are trying to connect through Facebook or LinkedIn. I am not very well aware about Facebook because I am not a very regular. I don't really follow Facebook. Very honestly, not regularly. Once in a way, very, very rarely. Yes, LinkedIn, I'm almost every day, 2 to 3 times, I'm very active. LinkedIn, my dear, is a professional network. It is not like a lot of people are thinking that LinkedIn is also like Facebook or quote Instagram. No, LinkedIn is meant for only a professional, setup, professional people. When you are on LinkedIn, first of all, you see whether you are already there on LinkedIn. Look at people of your experience, similar experience. Look at senior people relevant in the field. Try to connect with them. Okay. Once you're connected, what you want to convey to them, send a message. Okay. That is how you have to develop an interest. Because these days, what is happening is, even in LinkedIn also, when you post a message to somebody thinks, okay, this person is trying to contact me, connect with me, maybe a job, they want a favor, they want some interest, then they would like to avoid you. Not like that. You try to be in LinkedIn in such a way that you should be in the focus, you should be in the limelight. That how you should do is, you have some notifications, you want to share some information. You are already in biomedical field, for example, you have some knowledge, you have some article, you want to share some new thing. Go to the notification, post the message. When you do a posting in LinkedIn, a lot of people see in the LinkedIn your postings on technical postings. By looking at technical postings, people will understand you. They know you, okay, this person is knowledgeable, this person is professional. That is how you get connecting with people. On Facebook, I think you don't need to really worry about Facebook. Facebook is more treated as a social, website, social site with not technically, professionally not giving any value. Facebook, you understand, you see the person's background, whether they are connected to different kind of people, or see whether you can connect with that person in the Facebook via another common friend, common people who are also connected with you and that person. That would be the right thing. Okay. And then you can always make contacts, being active in the profession biomedical through your own knowledge, experience, and through your own your technical and professional background. That would be easy for you. Okay.
Perfect, sir. Thank you on that.
Thank you, Sri sir. Thank you so much for answering the question. I'm sorry for confusing the question. No issue. So, anything else?
Yes, sir. We have some questions in chat
Okay,
from
I'm going to the chart now.
from Krishna Prakash. He's working as a biomedical field service engineer in Radix Healthcare, authorized dealer for BPL Medical Technologies, about 2 years.
All right.
Okay.
I'm attending this webinar within the work. I can't heard the full section. Can I get the recorder session? I don't know. I owe it to you,
Yes.
Sukita and Nikhil.
Okay, I'll answer him, sir. Hi, Krishna Prakash. You'll be able to get the recorded session in the Force Biomedical YouTube channel. It is also live now. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I answered him. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you,
Oh,
Sukita, on behalf of us. Next is, I think, Lokesh Kumar Verma. Thanks, sir. He said all panelists are at least okay.
okay, we
Uh,
are from.
Sonam, ma'am, previous webinar coming a skill certificate. We'll see that. Hello, sir. Vedant Joshi. How we can apply for job in Mindray? That you please ask Mr. Nikhil.
Nikhil.
Nikhil can answer that. Nikhil is online, or Nikhil can take this question, please. Right?
I
Sukita, you can
think.
forward this question. Nikhil can talk to one to one. Right?
Yeah, sure, sir. Yeah,
It
I'll
will not be a
cascade this.
open forum, honestly. Yes.
Exactly.
Next,
And yeah,
thank you, Sandhya. Thank you, Sonam. When we will be receiving email address, please. Okay, panelist email address. You want my email ID? I'm giving. Okay. Right. What else? Then who else is there? Sugita.
from Saravanan G, sir, what are the skills required for biomedical engineers
And compulsory
and
to do masters, MTech.
masters, MTech or MBA?
First of all, Mr. Sharavanan, there is nothing compulsory. When you are already a BTech, whichever is the college, whichever university you want to go into MTech, the skill is okay. Apart from your skill, see whether you are getting qualified into MTech, whichever is the institute you're applying for, what exam you are going to pass through the gate, if it is in IITs, the other professionals, NITs, then universities, then professional colleges. That's apart from your skill, okay, you need to have the prerequisite score, the 60%, the 60 GPA, 7 GPA, 8 GPA, minimum requirement is that it should be there. Whether also, I'm not sure whether so many scoring with the GPA score also, any other kind of other requirements like projects you have completed in your bachelor's degree, so many number of projects, so many kind of things you attended in your biodata system resume is there or not, I'm not sure. But to do an MTech, you don't, the skills are basically your the technical skills, your whatever you studied in 4 years, 5 years in biomedical engineering is required. If you are going to an MBA again, it depends on what kind of option you want to choose. You want to go into finance side, marketing side, management, general management, business management side, or HR side, or operation side, or MBA in MIS, okay, market information systems. Now you got IT also MBA. Now there are also MBA into hospital management, MBA into healthcare management. If you choose which stream you want to get in, that particular skill you need to have. For example, you want to get into marketing, necessarily not while doing MBA, but once you start doing MBA, after MBA, you will naturally get your skills because you are studying, you will be able to understand better the subject. And after that, once you come out of MBA, you will be able to get a job and then do it. So skills required for both MTech, I will put this way, technically you be strong and when you're going to MTech so that it will help you to get coping up with your subject in MTech in the first semester onwards, technical subjects. In MBA, what is all about master of business administration looks like it's a mix of, as I told you, human resources, marketing, personal, then you got information technology, operations, management information systems. It's a mixture of all. So if you have a knowledge and skills, read these books. When you go and sit in MBA class, first year, what are the common subjects like organizational behavior, operations management, marketing theory, sales, all that you will be able to understand better. Okay.
Thank you, sir. He has put in chat that he's interested in business management. I hope
Okay.
you answered that.
Really? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Business management means then good. So if you are trying to do a job immediately, MBA immediately, then fine. Then you need to read about some knowledge on business management. What is business all about? Business is about people. Business is about money. Business is about entrepreneurship. Business is about the market knowledge. Whatever is the product. So read through some nice books on human resources, organization behavior, Philip Kotler marketing, theory of organization, on personal management, some little more knowledge in the finance, especially required. You're coming to the BTech, have more knowledge on finance. So general bookkeeping, accounts, credit, debit, the little knowledge about the banking system, then credit debit system. What is the different roles of financial institution in India, like IDBI, Reserve Bank, private banks, cooperative banks, then finance sector. Look at the news, financial sector news. Go to these commercial channels. Okay, read newspapers. Then you will get a lot of knowledge. Biomedical professionals, talk to your friends, meet your friends, get to know what kind of products are sold, what about market knowledge. So have a mix of all the knowledge, which will really help you to get into your MBA.
Thank you, sir. We have some questions in the Q&A box. It's from Ejaz Ahmed. He has asked in Archana's session as well. He is at his third semester now, and he would like to know the scope of biomedical engineering, and he would like to know, is biomedical engineering is really a engineering? He has commented.
He is in third year of engineering.
Yes, third year, in his third year. I mean, sorry, in his third
What is this?
semester.
His name you said, sorry?
Ejaz Ahmed.
Ejaz Ahmed. Ejaz Ahmed, you are already in third year engineering. I
Sorry,
suppose
sir,
it's
third
an engineering.
semester. Yeah.
Third semester. Yes, of course. You are not doing non-engineering. It is basically a branch, what you call hived out from electronics engineering. Biomedical is a name. In some universities give as a medical electronics. Some cases they give as a medical sciences, biomedical engineering, then bioengineering also. So it's all engineering. Our biomedical is a part of, we are a branch of electronics. Electronics applied to medicine, electronics applied to human technology is human engineering, biomedical engineering, or medical electronics. That's it. The second part of the question is, yes, I personally would say there is a fantastic scope of biomedical engineering. You don't need to get disheartened. I was telling in the last lecture also, with the COVID, post-COVID, now you see the life pre-COVID, post-COVID, with the COVID emerging into the world, not only this country, any country. Okay, Mr. Ejaz, after COVID coming in, you've seen what is the demand of healthcare professionals today. Doctors, paramedical, nurses, everybody, physiotherapists. So going forward, biomedical will always have an scope. There is always an opportunity. It doesn't mean, but today somebody didn't get a job, limited. No, biomedical will grow. We are still, we are yet to grow. We are growing. We have many opportunities to grow in, because why I'm saying is, going forward in human life, there are many more diseases to come. There are many more people are expecting. World Health Organization also announced that a lot of these kind of viruses are going to be in human life. That is because the way people are living in this generation, in this century, we are in 2020, the human life has changed. Our habits, whether you live in India or anywhere in this world, any geography, human life, habits, customs, everything changed. The environment changed. So there's a lot of threat to the human life, to the health. So as long as human health is at threat, as long as human health is at risk, people need doctors, people need medicines, people need biomedical people. Think that possible. You are still a student. You make your degree in such a way, get a good score, get a good knowledge. Once you come out of the college, by the time you will also be clear whether I should go to this way, that way. What is your interest? You will come to know that. Apply for jobs. Definitely you will get it. Not a problem. Definitely. Right? There is a lot of scope.
Exactly, sir.
Right.
We have a question, another question from anonymous attendee. Is there any possibility that biomedical or clinical engineer work in pharmacy department?
Why not? What is a pharmacy department means? You are talking about a hospital pharmacy department or a pharmaceutical company. Yeah, there are a lot of biomedical engineers working in pharma. For example, if you go to a pharmaceutical company, today the opportunities when you're looking at regulatory, especially I've seen in India, a lot of biomedical engineers, because they were not able to get into the other jobs. When you go to a pharma company or a pharma industry, for example, regulatory, what are the regulatory approvals required, registration requirements in any country. So biomedical person will also be able to handle, because pharmacy also talks about science, biology, the human anatomy, human physiology. With all that science, with your biomedical background, you will also be an asset. Because I have seen a lot of B Pharma people working in biomedical engineering industry. Then why not we go and work there? What is wrong in that? Nothing wrong. You can always work.
I think you answered the question. We have another question from Esther. He thanked you
Esther, yeah.
and and have asked
How do
how
I
do
write
I
a gentle
write a
reminder for an email sent earlier without any response yet to a professor? Very good. Nothing. Gentle reminder. The name itself is you are saying gentle reminder. You have that email. Just go there, reply, sir, my dear so and so, or so, dear so and so, whoever is that, or dear sir. Thank you. This is just to again to remind you that I am actually looking for reply, or I need your support, sir. Please kindly. Okay, right like that. Or maybe you can always add if the person is the professor is close to you or known to you well, sir, I'm actually I know 100, I'm sure that you're very with your busy schedules, you are not able to attend many things. I am looking forward for your support. I need particular on this particular thing your support, looking forward for your support. Thank you very much. Sorry, you can also add one line, sorry to bothering you again, or sorry that I have troubled you, or thanks for your understanding. These kind of things you use in English, it will be nice, right? Normally people have the habit in official reminder one, in red reminder two. That is different. You are reminding somebody who's an important email, important job not attended, putting a reminder, it's okay, gentle reminder. Here you are saying a professor who's a higher up, higher rank, so you have to respect them also. This way you will achieve the professor's heart also, then they will be able to communicate, right?
Exactly, sir.
Then somebody anonymous attendee, what types of job BTech graduates can expect? Very general question. When you're talking BTech, if you're a biomedical engineer, I'm not sure. Yeah, must be a biomedical. That's why he's in this seminar. BTech biomedical graduate, my dear friend, you can have, as I told you, the Archana was also had. Archana was saying that you have a lot of opportunities. Sales side, you can go if it is a engineering, you're a biomedical engineer, then you can go into service, customer support, troubleshooting, service engineering side, typically dealing with technical things. Then you go into product management side, becoming a product executive, then get into the product marketing, or you can go into typical marketing. Okay, on the marketing side, how to sell this product, marketing strategies, how to design the brochures, how to do a reading the market, what kind of products to be promoted, what are the target audience, what is a market research. Then apart from that application side, more technically on the product application, how the product is useful to your client, customer, your device or an equipment or an instrument, that kind of things. Or if you can join in a medical company, manufacturing company, in your what do you call, you can go into quality control side, then you can go into research and development if you are interested to go into production side, or you want to go into supply chain logistics. Okay, these days logistics with the SAP ERP coming in big way, a lot of technical people are required. It's just a lot of the people still earlier used to think distribution logistics job, supply chain is a commercial job. It is no more a commercial job, my dear friend. It also requires a lot of technical knowledge. Okay, big data, I was telling lot last time, the big data management, similar thing, supply chain. So there are a lot of opportunity. If you want to go into the hospital side, join in hospital biomedical engineering, or get into bioinformatics, or on the computer companies, IT companies. All the IT companies nowadays have the healthcare portal, healthcare profile jobs, healthcare domain. They are doing healthcare software services. They will be having clients in the medical devices industry where they design a lot of softwares. Okay, you have a lot of scope, right? From IT to IT, diagnostics, hospital side, core medical devices, medical equipment, general healthcare companies also. Hope that answers your question.
Yes, sir. We have a question from another anonymous attendee. I have
Yeah,
said
more than 7 years, but now I
yes.
am looking for a new opportunity. So that what is your recommendations, sir, to get a great good job, since that I am more than 3 months applied to jobs, but no reply from the company. So there is the same person I think earlier asked, if I am not wrong. So if you have a 7 years experience, what kind of experience you have? You have to, whether you are in sales or service, I don't know, depends on what. My recommendation is to getting a good job, whatever the experience you have, apply from the same field. Give me 1 minute, 1 second. I just connect my computer with the power. I'm losing power. 1 second.
Okay, sir, no issues. I request the participants to fill in the feedback form link before you leave the session.
Just a moment, please.
Please stay connected for questions.
So answering the question, my dear friend, what you should do is whatever the experience you have, don't lose that, and then you already have an experience. So try, first thing is try whether you like it or not. I am not sure if you want to have a change of a job. Don't experiment now because you have experience in one field. First thing is for you at the moment, getting a job is important. So it's easy for you to work in the same field or same kind of job what you work. For example, you worked in service and you're looking for a sales job, it will be slightly difficult right now. If, for example, you are a sales, you want to switch out to service, it's slightly different. So whatever the experience you have, work in the same thing till the time you get a job. Once you get into job again back, after that you make your choice, not a problem. Okay, apply to the companies. And he says, but no reply from the companies that I was applying. Okay, what you should do is increase your contacts, talk to people. I was telling somebody, please post your profile in LinkedIn, especially in LinkedIn, put an open thing and then connect with people wherever people are connected, open, talk to them, explain to them, and also connect to the HR departments. Okay, go to the HR department, HR professionals in the medical devices industry, talk to them, and then try to find your luck. I know this period is not really good, very honestly, but it is a question of time, maybe another 2-3 months. But I think next year onwards, things seems to be much better. That is what I am also personally hoping, right? People should work out something really good. Next is Nasir Ahmed Hajam.
Exactly,
The
sir.
BM engineering student, what is the benefit of qualifying GATE with good square? What is the benefit of qualifying GATE with good square means? Definitely, yes. If you have a GATE score, it is always good, because after GATE, if you don't get into IIT, you can go to any other university with your good score of GATE. Any university can prefer you. Okay, and even if you don't want to go into MTech, you can get into a good job with your GATE good score, because your good score in the GATE itself shows that you already have knowledge. What does it mean? It means when you try for GATE, it's very hard. So when you get a good score, you have also worked for that particular examination. You have studied a lot of subjects, so that will help you in getting a job with your knowledge. If any kind of job you will really get, or in any other university also. Okay, and especially with the GATE score, you go into any university. Once you come out of that particular university or institute with an MTech degree, definitely things are going to work out for you good. You will be a edge compared to the other people.
Thank you, sir. We have next question.
So how many
Sir,
months, years hospital training? This is the one, that's the one.
yes, exactly, sir.
How many months, years hospital training need in a reputed hospital for a fresher to apply for a job in biomedical? It doesn't mean that you have some hard and fast rule that this many months you require, years require. It is more than the number of years and months. I would say how much knowledge you acquired, how much practical experience you had. Even you work for 6 months in a hospital, okay, not even 1 year, but in that 6 months in the job given to you, what are the kind of exposure you had, what kind of experience you are able to get in that job is important. Okay, number of years, number of that also counts, but more than that, what is that you gained, how much you have knowledge, how much practical experience you have in hand, that will be helpful. Like you worked in a hospital for 1 year, you're applying for a biomedical company, they want to recruit you a service engineer, you are already having a good experience on troubleshooting, hands-on training, you will be the preferred one. Suppose you say I am not confident because in the hospital I have learned only one or two equipment, most of the things I know theory, you may not be preferred. That's why not the number of not the period, but more knowledge and more experience. What is what do you call the exposure you had? That's important. Okay, could you please grow in for pressures? Yes. Next is this one, Krishna Prakash
From
again.
yes, sir.
In Kerala government hospital, there is no biomedical engineer present. They are trying to give contract service companies. Private hospitals are biomedical engineers. What are reason the situation? I think a lot of people are asking general questions. I thought it is not related to business communication. It's good anyway. It's more of a career counseling, right? They're
Exactly,
using
sir.
this,
Yeah.
they're using this platform as a career counseling. Good,
Yes,
good, good.
after your profile, I think they
Oh,
came to
baby.
exactly.
They also are there. They are also doing a re-engineering with us. Good, good. Thank you to all of you that we are also brushing our knowledge, refreshing
Yes,
knowledge and experience. Good.
knowledge transfer and knowledge gaining.
No, definitely it's a challenge. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know why the situation Kerala government is. They know which hospital you are referring to. I don't know. In
Uh,
most
he he posted down like we can service the government hospital only when the machine is in warranty.
we can service the government hospital when the machine is warranty. Yeah, out of warranty, again they have to go for a service contract or EMC, all that. Yeah. So what is this question? What was the reason for situation? That government only should know why they are giving to contract to servicing companies. Right? What he's saying is Krishna Prakash is saying is in the government hospital, they are not recruiting anybody. They are taking, for example, they are buying a product from Mindray, they give a contract to Mindray, right? During the warranty period, Mindray is supposed to give a service after the warranty period. Then what is the arrangement with the company? Is the government hospital is giving a service contract, AMC, CMC, PMC, all that has to be worked out. Okay. Maybe the government hospital, why they are not giving is the reason I can understand is when you keep an engineer, pay salary, pay an amount, if there is no job for him, if there is no work for him, government thinks, well, why to pay unnecessarily and keep somebody in a job without having any work? It is no productivity, like, that may be the reason.
Yes.
Because what they think is during the warranty period, anyway, any equipment, any department, radiology, any equipment in the hospital, the company is supposed to give the service. So what is the service engineer, biomedical engineering in the hospital is going to do? Nothing, is sitting quiet or is just only coordinating. Why do you have this kind of situation? Let us depend on the company only, saying that they would have probably thought like this. That is probably the reason.
Exactly, sir. I also heard about something called tenders for calibrating government hospital equipments. When I was in college, we had a few candidates. 10 candidates were selected for as an intern for the tender, and they were asked to travel all over North Indian government hospitals to calibrate the equipment. They had a chance. I'm not very sure about it. Just a remembrance of
That is the
that.
one. And second thing is, the another reason is what they think is, see, if the guy is there in the hospital as an engineer, what is that value addition? Okay. Ultimately, the company person only is able to do. The person is only going to give service when there is a troubleshooting required, when the company person is not required. It is only just small jobs, and they don't want to look at that competency. They think that how much competency the biomedical engineer will have. That is the reason they don't want to have somebody there. They think that, okay, let us depend on only the company. We buy the equipment, we give a contract, everything they will do it. It is like outsourcing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That could be the reason. Then we have this Muhammad Shakir, which is appearing on the screen.
Okay, I don't see that. I have
I know.
Anis Babu. Hi, sir. Is there any reputed course in hospital designing? I'm currently doing MBA project management.
Is there any reputed course in hospital designing? There is no course in, if this Anis is talking about designing of hospital, is basically something to do with project management. You can look at the companies, Mr. Anis. There is a company called Hospitech in Delhi who used to do the projects, and Apollo Hospitals also has a group who does they used to have a group called Indian Hospital Corporation, IHC, based out of Chennai when they started in 1991. I'm not sure whether still it is existing. It was a part of Apollo. There are a couple of institutes like this there is one institute in one company, consultancy company in Bombay. I'm not able to, I think it's Avalon Consulting, I think, is a company in hospital management and hospital consulting. There are few companies, if you browse through, you can Google, you'll get. These are the people who are doing the back-end consulting for the hospital to design a hospital, and also they are doing the turnkey projects for the hospital. So you can get connected with these people. It's your luck if you get a job in that, because Again, there the jobs are very limited. If you are an MBA, it's good, but with an MBA degree, getting a job there, maybe you can try a project internship or as a fresher MBA, you can start something newly with them in hospital designing. That would be an idea. Yeah.
Mhm. Exactly. Sir, the session is live in YouTube, and we have one question from there, from Pooja Mehra.
Anish
Very
Banu
nice.
Babu, nothing is there. Where is in chats?
No, sir, it's from YouTube. It's
Okay.
a
Right.
live session. Yeah, I'll read from there. Um,
No problem.
Yes, a very nice presentation, sir. Thank you. How to improve our English? Sir, I was embarrassed after I gave a bad presentation in front of a global audience during online talk. My talk was not smooth. I used a lot of fillers. Can you please let me know how do I deal with the depression?
So is this person Indian and working professional biomedical?
I hope is I don't see any other chats after that.
Okay, so the global audience, what the person says is name of the person or anonymous? No.
Pooja Mehra.
Pooja, okay. So
Yeah.
the global audience, what she says is she was not able to give a good presentation. That means communication orally, if I am understood. Orally, she is
Mhm.
not able to give a proper. So that means she's also asking a question that how to improve her communication, right?
Yes, sir.
So I think she
And
has
how?
not attended the last. Yeah, go ahead, Sugita.
Yes, sir. She also asked how to come out of this depression. Maybe EQ.
I think
She has.
no. Number one, I think this person has not Pooja Mehra. She has not attended the last session because last session you remember we have talked about general communication, basic
Yes.
communication improvement through to various channels, newspaper, TV. Then mirror practice I told. So I can talk to people, read articles, read books, and all that. I suggested books.
Exactly, sir.
For this person, the advice is the same thing. She has to practice. Pooja, you please practice on what we call as a mirror practice. Standing in front of the mirror, looking at yourself and talk in the English language, coming what you want to communicate. And when you're talking, look at your facial expressions, body language, how are the negative, positive, are you comfortable, not comfortable, pick up a topic, then practice it, watch news channels, especially English news channels, read some news content, English news content. uh, by doing that you will get a little more confident and gain those words, common language people use in everyday channels, write to them, find out the meanings, dictionary, English talking, English speaking, English reading, English watching every day is a must if you want to improve your communication, especially the colloquial, what do you call, verbal communication. It's a must. Okay, some people have a crazy idea of watching Netflix movies, going into English movies, watching English movies, get a lot of knowledge. No, it is not. You watch a movie, you understand, but but you have to read. You have to read, understand. Then only you'll be able to get a knowledge. Okay, and in front of a global audience, understand. Now, for example, me as a speaker, I am talking to so many people. It is showing us 150 participants earlier. Now it is showing us 93 participants. I don't know how many participants are out of India. So I'm sure I am addressing to people who are in Africa, Bangladesh, different countries. Everybody has a different dialect, different language, different accent, different understanding. So, but when I am talking to you people, I have to be more careful that the way I communicate should be able to be within the reach of everybody and within the understanding of everybody. So I have to pitch in such a language. My language should not be too high or too low. It should be moderate and it should be, in an understandable way. So when you are doing a global presentation to people who are in different countries, also look at their background. For example, people coming from Europe, whether people they understand. For example, people from France or Spain or Italy, they don't understand much English. So European, a lot of countries have this problem. They understand, but they can't speak up. They understand little. So you have to go slowly according to the. So when you are addressing a global people, it is much more important you understand the audience. That is what I said last time. Understand the audience. Who are your target audience? Who are the people whom you are presenting? Who are the people whom you are going to talk? Who are the people whom you have to communicate? Understand the idea, Like it is like playing a cricket game. Understand the pitch, accordingly the game is set, accordingly the strategy is set. So by understanding the global audience, the pulse, the knowledge, you have to also start and applying a brakes. It's like driving a vehicle. How to start, how to stop, ask a question, they've understood or not, like that. For that, I also advise you to go into Google, look for a lot of videos are there in YouTube also, English conversation videos, communication videos. A lot of people have given a lot of videos. Uh, See them, understand them, how people also react. And last time I gave one more examples of Steve Jobs. I hope people have understood. Last time I told you Steve Jobs video in 2010 and 11, because in the corporate world he's one of the best presenters. I still believe. I told you that when the Air book, the thin pad, when the notebook is what do you call, introduced in the market by Apple in 2010 or 11, you should see his speech, how the product is introduced, how he presented. So see such kind of videos, you will understand. And also have an synchronization while talking. When you're presenting on the computer, how do you correlate with yourself on, it's kind of audio visual, both you have to correlate and look at the audience. So all three of you should be in, you, how do you look at the, your, for example, you are standing in a forum and looking at a screen, how you correlate this with the audience is important. How also you also are reaching important. Then when somebody is looking at presentation, you don't look at the presentation, but looking into somebody's eyes, how you are able to answer. These kind of skills you practice, you will definitely get it. You don't need to be depressed. There's nothing like depression. Everything is a learning curve. You keep practicing, you will definitely understand and grow and improve better. All the best to you. Yes, Sukita.
Yes, sir. We have
Hope that
one.
answers.
Yes, exactly, sir. You have answered in detail. We have one more question. I'm just scrolling up to the question. Sir, which is the best state in India for to get a good job and growth in health industry as a biomedical engineer?
There is no best state or best city that you get a job. Not like that. It is not like that. I don't know who has asked. And ultimately, where is he located? Where is this person, he or she located? I don't know. It is nothing like a best state or best place where you get. Only thing I will say with my knowledge, I think the biomedical is predominantly today. Overall, I think that the big growth has come to a level first, I think, in South India, followed by West, especially West is only Bombay and Pune, to some extent in Ahmedabad. Then North. North also typically Delhi, I would say. Okay, not beyond Delhi. Punjab, Chandigarh is a little bit. But I think predominantly in South India, because South has a lot of corporate hospitals with three major cities around Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Cochin being a smaller city. A lot of corporate hospitals spread over in South India. So a lot of demand for biomedical engineers. Biomedical engineering has literally grown very well in this. So then apart after that, Bombay being a big city, mix of both corporate and government hospitals, Bombay has a wide exposure. A lot of medical device companies are there. Ultimately, Bombay happens to be the hub for a lot of companies. Then back to Gurgaon. So these three places. So you can look for an opportunity or a job in these places. What is the other question he asked, Sukita?
I hope it's okay. What is the best state, yeah, for a biomedical to get a job, and what is the growth rate? I mean, how can he decide on the growth of a biomedical's
It depends
market?
on what kind of, has he given any, has the person given a profile background? Is he
No,
into
sir. It was an anonymous attendee. Yeah.
Okay, so I will answer like this. If you are getting into a biomedical, straight away sales into biomedical device companies, medical companies, diagnostic company, wherever, whichever is a company into sales, growth is faster because sales always is directly proportional to your performance, numbers, your targets, what business you give, what sales you give to the volume to the company, how you grow your market, how you expand yourself, what kind of technology you are promoting, what products you are bringing into the market. It all, there is no limit. The sky is the limit. Okay, first thing. In other departments also, if you are getting into service, product management side, marketing side, there are a lot of scope, a lot of growth is there, no problem. And in terms of cities, yes, of course, Bombay and Gurgaon definitely ultimately, because you have a lot of biomedical company head offices being in Bombay and in Gurgaon. In South, I think very few in Chennai, hardly anything in Bangalore and Hyderabad. I think it's Bombay and Gurgaon are the best cities to start with, because a lot of biomedical companies have their own head offices, especially our global companies, multinational companies from their side. If you look at distributor side, a lot of dealers are there in South India also. Big dealers are there in Bombay, Chennai, Bangalore, different cities, big dealers. I'm talking about biomedical companies, global companies present very much in these cities. Gurgaon and Delhi, that is Gurgaon, and then Bombay.
Thank you, sir. We have one
Thank
last
you.
question. Last question from Johnson Joseph. How to learn hospital safety procedure in different department like radiology, OT, and ICU, etc.
If you are a biomedical engineer, you already working in hospital safety procedures more than me, the hospital protocol will tell you why. For example, you are a biomedical engineer, when you are entering into radiology department, you got that radiology protection kit, PPE is there. That is one thing which definitely is required. Apart from that, ask the radiographer and the staff there, they will tell you what extra precautions. And of course, when there is a scan going on, any equipment you are not allowed, you will also not go, because ultimately you need to be what you call safe, away from the radiation. You should not get exposed to radiation. This is on the radiology side. Definitely radiology equipment, you have to deal with that PPE kit. It's always important. It is always safe for you. Okay, especially the gamma camera, nuclear medicine products. When you go into the ICU, yes, definitely you will go with your OR suit, endo suit we call as your your cap, mask, then all your gloves. Then you don't need to scrub, but you have to be neat, and you wear that dress, the gown, and you go inside the hospital. Be careful, and then touching the equipment. I'm sure when you are going to the hospital, if you are going where while there's somebody is operating, some procedure is there, be careful. And if at all you are allowed, if you are not allowed, it's okay. But if you are allowed, there is a problem, troubleshooting required during a surgery. Could be a diathermy machine, could be a heart lung machine, could be a monitor, could be an endoscopy product, anything, could be cables, anything. So be careful when you're going, touching, not touching anything related. Suppose there are human waste, for example, post procedure, some blood, human wastes are there. Be careful that you don't touch them, you don't get in contact with them. Careful. And especially now in the COVID scenario, should be much more careful. Talk to the doctor's hospital whether you're inside allowed. Okay. If it's a must, you have to take all the precautions with a PPE kit is always important. Have that sanitization, or you got betadine whenever you go into the OT room, you have the doctor's exchange room there outside, you got betadine. You have scrub your hands, okay, and then have a complete safety measures of covering your face, head, everything, and go inside so that you are completely safe. You're taking care of your health, body, at the same time you are doing your duty and performing your work also, right?
Exactly, so you answered the questions. We have one question from Ella Tang. Thank you for the wonderful presentation, sir. How to overcome fear during interview?
How to overcome fear from the interview? Good. How to overcome? That's what last time I said. What is that fear? First of all, you understand. You have to understand what is that fear. Your question is, what is that fear? You are a fear of what? Interview. When you say interview, number one, interview is about the subject. Interview is about the person who is asking questions to you. Interview is all about whether I get this job or not, whether I will be selected or not. All this, when it comes to your mind, the fear starts. So to throw this fear out, through come out of this fear, only thing is, number one, confidence, confidence, confidence. Have self-confidence. Having said it is very good, somebody tells you have self-confidence, it's nice. I'm sure your parents will tell you, your professors will, everybody will talk in a nice word to talk. It is not like that. To have self-confidence, to have confidence, what you should do, you should you should have your groundwork done. You should do your homework well. You're going for an interview, you're going for a job, prepare yourself. What is required? What is required for that job? Okay. What are the prerequisite skills? If you don't know, if you don't have, prepare, ask, get the support, talk to people. What is the hook or crook? You have to prepare well. Like it's like you are preparing for your examination. If there is an examination tomorrow, how well you prepare? You prepare first that I should pass. After that, what you prepare? You prepare to get better marks. After that, you start thinking at least I should get second class more than 50%. When you reach to that extent, you think I should get first class 60%. When you are already at that level, you think I should be getting some nice, excellent produce, 70 to 80, 80, 90. Similarly, you should prepare well, do your homework well. The more you prepare, the more work you do, the more knowledge you have, the more confidence you have, automatically fear will come out. The fear will go away. Fear is only because of that insecurity feeling, fear of losing, fear of not getting selected, fear of facing somebody. All that will go away when you have your preparation well. So that's why planning and preparation is always important, right? Right approach.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
sir.
please.
It really
Thank
added
you.
value. Yeah, everyone,
Thank
thank you
you.
for your nice presentation. They says that it was really helpful for them. And
Thank you very much.
yeah,
Thanks to all of
yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir. That's it. We have come to an end of the session, and
Right.
uh,
Yeah.
I really thank you on behalf of Force Biomedical to be continuing to be speaker for this session. I hope we'll meet in the next sessions if you're available.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. And Sukita, all the, what do you call, great thanks to you for your good moderation throughout the way session. And then, your patient listening and coordinating people. It's not an easy job. It's definitely coordination is always a difficult job. Thanks for that. Wonderful. And again, to our friends from IBSC and Force Biomedical, great thanks to Nituri. Nituri Naresh is doing a good service. I am sure, Naresh, we still will work as a team like this, and all the participants also will understand the importance of the kind of service Force Biomedical is doing, religiously with so much dedication to this fraternity biomedical. All of you will understand and support Indian Biomedical Skills Consortium. At the same time, Mindray, I should say a big thanks to Mindray and Company, to our friend Nikhil Panjwani, who has been instrumental in doing so many workshops, live workshops on Zoom. And I think, Nikhil, again, thank you very much having me on the session, and Nituri. And again, Mindray, I think, is doing a phenomenal job. My friends that you people are doing to this profession, and doing also, of course, you are also getting helped. Your branding is also very well taken care. I'm sure a lot of workshops should go on like this, and we should work in team like this. Thanks once again to all of you. And Archana, I'm not sure that she's there or not. Thanks to her. All the best to everybody. And thank you so much once again. And thank you for bearing with me, and having patient listening to the participants. Hope the session would have been successful, useful, and I wish all of you a very good luck and best of luck for your future career plans and endeavor. Hope your dreams will come true. Your targets you will reach. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Shall I leave?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye.
Bye, bye, sir. I thank all the participants for your patient listening. I hope your questions had been answered by sir. I kindly request you to fill the feedback forms in the link. You can see the speaker's email address and telephone number. Please complete the feedback form. Thank you so much. I also like to thank Mindray for sharing the platform along with Force Biomedical to conduct the webinars. Thank you.